Good evening, soccer fans. It is soccer night in Rochester. This is the Raging Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. I'm the pregame show host, Joe Giuliano, and tonight the Rochester Raging Rhinos, a 7:35 kickoff against the Virginia Beach Mariners. Now, with a win tonight, the Rhinos can clinch their 11th straight playoff berth. So, again, a win tonight clinches the Rhinos' 11th straight playoff berth. Tonight's opponent, again, the Virginia Beach Mariners. Kickoff 7:35 right here at Paytech Park. This is the second to last home game of the regular season for the Rochester Raging Rhinos. The Rhinos, 10 wins, 4 losses, and 10 ties. They've got 40 points. They're currently tied for second place in the USL First Division standings. They're tied with Vancouver, who has 10 wins, 6 losses, and 9 ties. They've also got 40 points. Both Rochester and Vancouver trailing the first-place Montreal Impact by 10 points. Montreal has a record of 14 wins, 5 losses, and 8 ties. And speaking of ties, the Rhinos have already set a team record for ties in this season with 10, surpassing their 2003 total of 6. And the Virginia Beach Mariners coming into town tonight, 2 games left in their 2006 season. They have a record of 8 wins, 10 losses, and 8 ties. They've got 32 points. They're tied for 7th place in the First Division standings, and they're 1-4-0 in their last 5 matches. The Mariners trying to sneak in here to the playoffs, the top 6 teams making it here in the USL First Division. Virginia Beach, the attack is led by former Rhino Greg Simmons. He's got 22 points through 22 games this season. He's got 9 goals and 4 assists. Away from home, the Mariners have a record of 3 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties, and they've been outscored 20-8. The Mariners closing out the regular season in Toronto on this Sunday, September the 3rd. Head-to-head, the Rhinos have met the Virginia Beach Mariners 14 times in team history. The Rhinos are 6-5-3 all-time against Virginia Beach, who used to be the Hampton Roads Mariners. Rochester and Virginia Beach have faced each other 3 times this season. And guess what the game results were, folks? All 3 games were ties. So the Rhinos looking to break their tying ways tonight against the Virginia Beach Mariners. When we come back, Soccer Sam will join us here on the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream, right here on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Soccer Night in Rochester. This is the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. I am Joe Giuliano. We are about 20 minutes away from kickoff. The Rhinos taking on the Virginia Beach Mariners. Soccer Sam has made his way up to the press box. And, Sammy, the playoffs, the race extremely tight. The Rhinos, with a win tonight, they get into the playoffs for the 11th straight time.
So far, Montreal is the only team that's definitely in the playoffs. Anything could happen. You've been talking about it, Joe, all year long, how tight this league is. And right now, the 6 top teams, still, we don't know who that is, and it's going to be crazy. I can't wait to the end of tonight's game to see how we end up and how the other team. I'm predicting a 3-1 victory tonight. This week, Joe, has been a bonding week for this team. On Monday, the whole team went golfing, a lot of bonding, a lot of good times. On Tuesday, a huge practical joke that a couple of the players played on Frankie Sanfilippo. They'll be on the Soccer Sam TV show tomorrow at noon and at midnight.
You can't give it away?
I can't give it away. Amazing practical joke, and it just shows the tightness of this team. And then Wednesday night was a season ticket holder party. It was just amazing. 300-400 fans showed up. The players hanging out with these fans all night long, and I just saw amazing unity between these players. I came to practice Wednesday. I came to practice Thursday. Joey, these guys are pumped up. They're shooting from everywhere. It's an offensive-minded team right now.
You talk about the unity and the excitement off the field. Have they worked on finishing? That's been the Achilles heel so far.
The forwards and some of the midfielders were staying after up to an hour after practice, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Wow.
Those are the 3 days that I'm aware of. Just practicing the crosses, finishing. How's amazing. Deli in front of Endosian. Charles Becky doing some magic that I seen him do earlier in the year, was doing it at practice this week. I really feel that tonight you're going to see an offensive showcase.
Well, Virginia Beach has given up 13 goals in their last 6 games. Matt Nelson started off the year as a great keeper, but he's been a little suspect in the back. Is it a good time for the Rhinos now with the play against the keeper who's been a bit shaky?
Well, I'll tell you, if the Rhinos get that first goal, the Virginia Beach needs to win this to maintain into that playoff race. So they have to win tonight. So they give up that 1 goal, Joe. I'll tell you, you're going to see Virginia Beach move up, and we're going to capitalize, and that's when it's going to open up. That's what we need. It's going to be like that Miami game. Once Miami started giving us some room, boom, goals started happening. We just got to focus on our defense.
How about former Rhino Craig Demon? He's in the starting lineup tonight for Virginia Beach. Give him a chance to catch up with him at all.
I talked to him a little bit. He's very excited about being back. He calls Rochester his home. This is his home. He's excited about playing in front of some of these fans. Obviously, he's excited about playing in front of Lori Calloway and some of the Rhino brass to show him that he still could play. I think deep down in his heart, he'd love to be back here as a Rhino someday.
Soccer Sam, thank you. We'll talk to you on the postgame show.
I can't wait till tonight, baby.
We'll see what the calls are like. Last week they were heated. We'll see how they come off tonight. Soccer Sam, thanks for joining us here on the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Rhinos' next two opponents a little more in depth, the Virginia Beach Mariners and the Atlanta Silverbacks. You're listening to the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Soccer night in Rochester. It's the Rhinos taking on the Virginia Beach Mariners here at Paytech Park. This is the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. I am Joe Giuliano, and the Rhinos with a very, very grueling weekend coming up here tonight. They host Virginia Beach tomorrow morning, get on the plane, and fly down to Atlanta to take on the Silverbacks. Looking at Virginia Beach, during the month of August, they played 8 games. Their record, 1 win, 5 losses, and 2 ties. They scored 4 goals and gave up 16. This could be a blessing for the Rhinos, who have had trouble finishing. But again, Virginia Beach has given up quite a few goals in the month of August. Then tomorrow night in Atlanta, looking at the Silverbacks' last 6 games, they are 1 win, 4 losses, and 1 ties. They've scored 7 goals in the last 6, but also given up 16. So the Rhinos with a very grueling schedule coming up, but against teams who have given up some goals. Hopefully that downward slide continues for Atlanta and Virginia Beach, giving the Rhinos some confidence in their attacking play. The Rhinos do have 4 games left this year. Tonight they host Virginia Beach, tomorrow at Atlanta. Then next week, folks, back-to-back games again. Saturday, Minnesota comes to Paytech Park. And then on Sunday, the Rhinos travel to Charleston's Blackbaud Stadium to take on the Battery. So a very difficult way to end the season, back-to-back games on back-to-back weekends for the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Some scores now in the USL First Division. Last night, Montreal 1-0 over Portland, and Leonardo Di Lorenzo scoring the only goal of the game. In the 88th minute, Montreal secures a first-round bye. The worst they can finish is in second place, and they've got first or second in their eyesight. Portland, with the loss, has been eliminated from the playoffs. Nice crowd of 7,000 fans at PGE Park. Charleston was at Vancouver last night, a 1-1 tie. With the tie, Vancouver now moves into a second-place tie with the Rochester Raging Rhinos. 3 games tonight in USL First Division. Virginia Beach at Rochester, Minnesota at Miami, and Charleston at Seattle. 1 game tomorrow, as I mentioned, Rochester at Atlanta. Then 3 games on Sunday, Minnesota at Puerto Rico, Virginia Beach at Toronto, and Charleston at Portland. Quickly looking at the standings here in the USL First Division, Montreal topping the table with 50 points. Rochester, Vancouver tied for second with 40. Then it's Charleston at 39, Miami at 35, Seattle at 34, Virginia Beach and Atlanta tied with 32 points. So a lot of juggling, a lot of shifting in the USL First Division table tonight and the rest of this weekend. When we come back, we'll take a look at the busy day of transfers in the world of soccer. You're listening to the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream on the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Hi, Soccer Sam here for Salvatore's Pizzeria, the family from Rochester, New York, and proud of it. Salvatore's has been supplying schools and nonprofit groups with all their pizza needs since 1978. Salvatore's Pizza Fundraisers. Your group can sell and make pizzas, or Salvatore's pasta sauce and hot pizza slices. Salvatore's will deliver hot pizza slices to your event, pre-cut and ready to sell. Call 234-5555 or check out salvatores.com. 234-5555. Salvatores!
Welcome back to the final segment of the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. When we come back, it'll be Don Stevens taking the action tonight. It's the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the Virginia Beach Mariners here from Paytech Park. And yesterday was the transfer deadline for European clubs, and League Championship club Derby failed to get a work permit approved for Josh Wolf from the Kansas City Wizards. Derby had agreed to a deal with Major League Soccer to sign Josh Wolf, But again, the permit for the work permit for the American player was denied. Derby manager Billy Davies was trying to sign Josh Wolf for 5 weeks. Another American national team player, DeMarcus Beasley, is joining Manchester City on a season-long loan from PSV Eindhoven of Holland. Beasley was considering joining Real Salt Lake to play in Major League Soccer. Claudio Reyna, the former U.S. captain, also plays for Manchester City. And in the biggest move yesterday, just at the transfer deadline, in a shocking move, West Ham has signed Argentina internationals Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano. The 22-year-old players have been signed for an undisclosed fee from Brazilian club Corinthians. It's a massive coup for us, West Ham manager Alan Pardew said. Tevez is a forward, Mascherano a defensive midfielder. Both players were on Argentina's World Cup side in 2006. And Real Madrid have confirmed the signing of Jose Antonio Reyes from Arsenal. And also in that deal, striker Julio Baptista goes to join Arsenal on a season-long loan. And English defender Ashley Cole is moving from Arsenal to Chelsea. And French defender William Gallas is going to Arsenal in that whole deal. So one of the most drawn-out soccer transfers in England is over. Ashley Cole going to Chelsea, William Gallas going to Arsenal. And also this week, big news in the soccer management world. Roy Keane has signed a 3-year contract on Monday to be Sunderland's new manager. Keane, the 35-year-old, will lead Sunderland in the English League Championship. That's a look at the world of soccer. When we come back, Don Stevens will have the call. It's the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the Virginia Beach Mariners. You've been listening to the Rhinos pregame
Welcome back to a night
show.
of soccer here at Paytech Park as the Rhinos will host the Virginia Beach Mariners. And this, if you can believe it, is the 25th match of the season already for the Rhinos. Game number 25 of the year. It's game 27 of the season for the Mariners. Their season is just about done. In fact, their season will end up in Toronto on Sunday night. But the Rhinos have a few more games to play, 2 this weekend, 2 next weekend, 4 games in total remaining, including this one tonight. So again, this is game 25 of the season. Rhinos coming in with a 10-4-10 record on the season, and the Mariners 8-10-8 record. And the Rhinos are battling, well, still an outside chance of gaining first place, while the Mariners are just trying to battle their way into a playoff spot. So that's what we have for you here tonight. This is the 4th and last meeting between the two teams, and all the times that they've played together against each other this season, 3 times have all been ties. Certainly the Rhinos would like to change that here tonight. They figured that they've had too many ties. They've had their share of ties on the season, including the last 3 straight games in which the Rhinos have played to 1-goal ties. And we'll talk with the coach about that. The coach's comments brought to you by Zweigel's, the official hot dog at Paytech Park. So the last 3 straight games have been 1-goal ties. And I talked to Coach Calloway saying that, well, his team certainly is consistent.
Yeah, I mean, is it the last 3 we've tied 1-1, so you can't get much more consistent than that. Obviously we want to win games, especially at home. So tonight, with it being a mathematical clincher, although with the dog-eat-dog situation for the next 2 weeks, there's no way we can't be in the playoffs because the other teams will take points from each other. But mathematically, we close the door tonight on the top 6, and you know, would finish in the top 6, and that's important. So we want to get out of that consistent mold and get into a more consistent winning mode, and start tonight. And you know, if we can get a good performance tonight from the team and score a few goals, that's going to be tremendously important for confidence going into the final few games in the playoffs.
I know we're saying the same thing night after night, but it was another game where you had enough opportunities to score and win the game, and the frustration level's got to be very high for your players right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's frustration. It obviously brings pressure as well, and pressure puts makes guys a little edgy in front of goal, and some of the opportunities that we missed in the first half in particular, we shouldn't have had to be complaining about officials' calls, which certainly affected the game, but we shouldn't have had to worry about that with the chances we had in the first half, and even the couple that we had beside the goal we got in the second half, where we should have done better right in front of goal there. But you know, we could have won that game 2-1, 3-1 if another Lions guy looks at the offsides differently, and the confidence would have been back next week. So it's frustrating when officials play a part in the result, and certainly play a part in your player's psyche, and we've got to be able to put that right tonight.
I know you keep telling the players, just keep it going, you'll win. But at some point, they almost like saying, yeah, come on, when's that going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, we can only, I can just try to lead them from the locker room, the practice field, and at 7:30 tonight, they got to go out and do the job. And if I have to make some, changes tactically at halftime, but it's really down to them, the players. We have a good enough team to be instead of whatever the record is, 10 wins with 15 wins right now, and be 3 or 4 points ahead of Montreal with 3 games to go. All of those games could have been easily tipped the other way. There's very few that we would have. I think Montreal here and where we tied, and that's the only game that I think in the ties that we've not deserved to win. I thought Montreal were the better side that night. So we could very easily be, with a break here, a call going the other way by referees, a little bit more quality in front of goal, very easily have, 15, 16 wins instead of the 10 we have, and sitting pretty. But it's going to be a dogfight down to the wire, and I guess there's a positive in this. If we finish in first or second, that means we win our last 4 games, and that's the way to be going. That's the way you need to be moving as you come into the playoffs. On that upward surge, as Seattle were last year, who scraped into the playoffs and then came through and won the whole thing. Those, and we see it in all sports. You got to get it right at the right time, and now's the time to start getting it right, I guess.
Now, in order to take first, you have to win out, and Montreal has to lose their last game. Are you even looking at that, or just basically trying to help on a second?
Oh, absolutely. We as long as we have a mathematical chance, and we won't know that until I believe it's next weekend. Montreal plays Toronto. Then we will, so it's down to the wire. We will be playing 2 games while we're probably that last game against Charleston. Knowing what we've got to do to get first place if we've done the business in these next 3 games. But if we win these 2 home games and Montreal wins and we pick up a couple of points from the away games, we'll finish second anyway. And there's really not much difference between first and second in our league, because it's not a seeding thing when it comes to obviously the second place team is going to play the stronger of the playoff, the first round of the playoffs, but who's stronger right now in that? They're all the same. I mean, I'm looking at our record. We're in the last 10 games, we're 5, 2, and 3.
All right, there's the coach of the Rhinos, Laurie Calloway. This one about to get underway tonight at Paytech Park. It's the Rhinos hosting the Virginia Beach Mariners. Stick around. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Tonight at Paytech Park, the Rhinos and the Virginia Beach Mariners about to get at it here. And this, again, the 25th match of the season for the Rhinos. Rochester with an opportunity of locking up a playoff spot tonight. And the Mariners looking at trying to gain a playoff spot. As with a win, they would move into 5th place in the league. All right, let's check the starting lineups for tonight. The starting lineup brought to you by Knopfnagels, Rochester's full-service realtor. First of all, for the visiting Virginia Beach Mariners, in goal will be Matt Nelson. Nelson coming in to this one, having a decent year, but Nelson in goal has gone most of the way for his Virginia Beach Mariners. The defensive role will include Steve Van Busky, Craig Devon, the former Rhino, Capona Lowe, and Alan Woods. In the midfield, we'll see Felix Brion, Steve Shack, Russell Hutchinson, Nate Nicholas, and Ryan Mack. And then one forward is John Newsom. So the 4-5-1 alignment for the Virginia Beach Mariners. For the Rhinos coming into tonight, Scott Vallow in goal, a 10-4 and 10 record, a 0.83 goals against average. The defenders will include Frankie Sanfilippo, Kenny Birch, Jason Curry, and Scott Falguda. And then the midfielders will be John Ball, Greg Howes, Aaron Lyons, and Roy Martinez. Is probably going to be more in the forward position. Johnny Menyonger and Connolly Adosian will be the forwards. So once again, it looks like a 4-3-3, although the starting lineup says 4-4-2.
Don, it changes in the run of play. The coach gets to make the adjustment, seeing how he sees fit, and it's up to him to make that transition during the game to counter what Virginia Beach will be doing throughout the match.
All right, about to get underway here tonight at Paytech Park. between the Rhinos and the visiting Virginia Beach Mariners. The Rhinos tonight wearing the bright yellow uniforms with black trim and numbers, and the visiting Virginia Beach Mariners in white with some yellow numbers. I just love that. White uniforms with yellow numbers on them. You're looking to get trim, black trim, and it's a clean look. Don't think about us. No. As long as you're nice and close, you can read the numbers, but you get too far away, and I'll see you later.
This is nice and close. If we're in Frontier, we're looking at a whole different world.
Taking a look. As Vallow moves in the goal down to our right, and Nelson is in goal to our left to get things started here. Nelson coming into tonight on the season. 25 games played, an 8-9-8 record of 1.27 goals against average. He's played the most minutes in the USL First Division, 2,200 minutes played for goalkeepers. So we're underway as the ball is controlled, first of all, by the Mariners. It's back there outside of midfield and carried forward by Woods up the right flank and across midfield, but stepping into interceptors. Howes the Rhinos take it away. Howes with the left foot tries to slot it through to Medosian, but that's picked off and then cleared into Rhinos into the field again to our right here in the first half. Terrio booted away as he tangles with Newsom, and the ball is out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in across midfield for the Mariners. Out of the near wing, picked up by Briand. As he looks things over, being watched by Calcutta, Briand out of Montreal will play it ahead along the right flank and the touchline, and there's scooped out of bounds. As the ball got away from Newsom, it'll be a throw-in on the near side for Wood stepping up for the Mariners will take the throw-in. This will be from 25 yards out.
Very, very tight marking early on Newsom. They've got tangled up. Jersey Duggan will keep an eye on those guys.
I throw it, headed high in the air, and outside the 18, lines up, but he was run over from behind by Hutchinson, and a foul is called. So it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos just outside their own box. We're in the second minute, just getting underway, no score in the game.
And we should mention also the football line on the soccer surface here at Paytech Park, and you confirm it is definitely for the German Bugle Corps for their marks, but very distracting to watch the soccer of the game, the flow of the game with these football lines on there. Not a big fan of it.
Ordinarily, there would be maybe different colors, but the Rhinos elected to have the soccer lines be predominantly white. Ordinarily, if you have a mix on a field, the soccer lines would be yellow and the rest would be white.
And that's almost worse. That's just chaos on the field. I think it's one solid color.
Ball up the left wing, feeds it through to Menyonger. Has it about 35 yards out. Return past the ball at the middle. Got slowed up, but does control the ball. Trying to flick it forward, but deflected away off the near side, and it stays down by Briand, and controlled by the Mariners. Cross midfield, the ball able to sneak his left foot in on the ball to knock it out. Going to midfield on the near side for the Mariners.
John Ball lost possession there, but his work rate, second to none, comes back, knocks it off of Briand. Great defending by John Ball.
Ball is tossed aside as he's pulled down by Brian Mack. Mack tossed him aside like he was a feather. Of course, John Ball is he's fairly tall, but he's not much bigger around than a pencil.
He's big, but he's so wiry that he just gets himself into these awkward positions, and Matt just kind of gets the hand on his shoulder and thumps him down to the turf.
Matt, one of those players who played for Coach Galloway in Syracuse. Perry rolls it ahead to midfield for Lyons, who checks back on the ball along the left-hand side. He'll sneak it up the left wing along the near wing for Menyonger, drawing it down to the 18, the near end of the box. Rolls it off into the corner, moving in. Calcutta with a left-footed cross along the end line, but shoots up by Nelson. And he picks it up at the near post and holds on.
The Rhinos have had a tendency to really get off to a very quick, strong start. A lot of chances on it and not finish. And then that's kind of let them down at times. We'll see what the tempo is right from the get-go here for the Rhinos tonight.
So Nelson dribbling the ball ahead, no pressure. Younger moves in. Nelson still just standing there, taking all the time in the world. And he backs up, and Younger's going to put a little more pressure on. Finally, Nelson will kick it away. So the Mariners right now aren't too hep on getting much pace going in the game here. Out towards Shack with the left foot. He drives it in, but bends it way out wide left and over the end line.
They're the visiting team, and normally, in soccer, when you're the visiting team, you don't have to entertain the fans. They haven't come and paid their hard-earned money to see you play. So Virginia Beach, the visiting team, content to sit back, let the Rhinos bring it to them. And Nelson taking a nice chunk of time off the clock.
The Mariners like to get a lot of shots away. They've outshot the opposition in 15 of the games so far, a 6-5-4 record when they lead in shots. Although the number of shots really hasn't shown up consistently in the win column.
That's the receiving stat.
It's cleared ahead, all the way down to around the 40. Taken by Ball for the Rhinos. Plays it on the outside of the near wing for Lyons. He'll draw it ahead down to the 30 and rolls it in for Calgutta. Overlaps. Scoots it through. Out the left wing, Martinez off in the near corner, being chased there. Deep in the corner, watched by Dombrowski. Draws it to the end line. Now the footed cross. Out over the end line. The back post. Hit ball in. Up under. Oh, just barely over the crossbar. Just over the crossbar by an inch on the hit ball from Menyonger.
That's what Martinez brings to the table. Take players on 1v1 on the flank. That time with his left foot, able to swing it in from the corner flag, and Adosian goes up for the header. This time he much more stronger header than we saw last week for Adosian.
Way back to the deeper. Nelson first times it away up to the 35 for Shack. Rolls it off on the left side, and that's much ahead out to the midfield line. Drawn back toward the middle. It's loose at the midfield line. In the center circle, taken by Lines. The Rhinos have it back. He'll drop it back. First spinning around. Grabs onto it, gets away, and now it's taken and played back to the keeper by House. Battle has it. At his own 15, will drive it out on the near side. Up the left wing, brought a hit by Palguda. Back in the middle for Burns. Has it 25 yards out. Draws it forward. He'll send a line drive kick through. Tried to slot it ahead, but that's blocked away by Woods and out on the near side. Cross midfield, stepping in Perry. However, that ball is played away. That's passed ahead downfield, moving in, headed to the outside. And diving in on Sanfilippo, able to knot it away. Almost got a boot in the teeth for his effort. But he did clear it away, headed to the center circle. Knocked loose and Shack ahead up the left wing side as he turns it along to the outside on the far wing. Taken there by Miklos. He'll roll it off into the middle, and spinning around is Briand on the left wing side again. Still controlled by the Mariners. Drawn along to the end line. Here's a low cross into the box, and that's booted away by Palguda. Out top, knocked down by Hutchinson. The ball deflected away by Menyonger, and the Rhinos take it back. Ahead for ball. Dummies it through to Lines. On the near side. Now across midfield for Martinez. Running onto the ball on the near wing. Being chased as he gets back. 1-on-1. Now feeds it down inside the 18. A couple of bounces into Nelson. Picked up at his 10, and he'll throw it off on the far wing.
Good action, though. Virginia Beach, very deliberate, patient with their build-up. They've got the 5 midfielders to knock it around. The Rhinos trying to come back with some more pace and the counterattack to liven up the crowd.
It's brought ahead into Rhino territory. Pass off in the middle to Briand. Tips it ahead, but that knocked away as Perry chasing down Miklos, able to play it out on the near wing. And ahead up the left side is Martinez for the Rhinos. Well, they say on the scoreboard that it's one shot for the Mariners and none for the Rhinos. The Mariners did have a shot, but it was about 100 miles wide on that Steve Shack shot. And then the shot taken by the Rhinos was just inches high by Adosian. So I might just have put it in the wrong column.
I think I missed that one.
It's played ahead. Missed which one?
The Virginia Beach shot, if that's the shot on goal.
Steve Shack, remember the one he passed out over the end line?
With his left foot way wide.
Yeah, about 100 yards wide. Carried ahead, Sanfilippo with the right foot. He'll send it downfield to Adosian, and underneath it, he scored the only goal of the game last game for the Rhinos. Draws it, but that got away. Kicked out of bounds by the Mariners, so a throw in for the Rhinos on the far side of the field, down around the Virginia Beach 35.
And with the Adosian in, this is definitely a different look for the Rhinos. The big target man, Delicott, is off the pitch, so your style changes a little bit. More through balls than direct balls in the air.
Alguda brings it ahead. Oh, he's challenged there by Newsom, and it comes out on the near wing. Up the left wing side lines with the pass ahead for Menyonger. Has it along the near touchline, trying to escape, but sliding to tackle the ball away as Hutchinson rolls it across midfield on the near side, and Perry will feed it up the near wing. Touched ahead nicely by Palguda, but intercepted by the Mariners. Briand dropping it back in the middle. Shack will jam it downfield in the middle. After it, it's cleared off on the far side by Mack for Miklos. Has it along the left wing side, works back along the Rhino 35 and switches to the outside of the near wing. Newsom drops it back, but right on the foot of Menyonger, and the Rhinos have it. Ball to Lines out on the near side, chased down by Martinez. Has it along his own 35 on the near side for the Rhinos. Into the middle for Lines as he's challenged from behind by Hutchinson. Will drop it back to the defensive row, and Birch then goes long to the outside on the right wing for Sanfilippo, along his own 30. 9th minute of paycheck and no score. Nice cool evening. Should be a perfect night out on the field.
Yeah, the boys can run forever tonight. And the Rhinos, you get the sense they're playing a little slower than we've seen. Again, that gangbuster start. Not here from the Rhinos tonight. Just a little more patient, a little more deliberate.
Martinez up the left wing side. Palguda stopping it right on the touchline on the near side. To Lines as he's double teamed. It's knocked away and controlled now by the Mariners. Ahead on the right side. It's Briand across midfield. His pass into the center circle. Giving it off and played to the outside by Mack. Ahead with it, Shack to the outside. Miklos on the left wing will drop it back. On the far wing once again picked up by Lowe, and long cross off on the near side where it's chased down by Woods deep in the corner. Right wing side as it watched by Palguda. Looking for the cross, but that's blocked away off the foot of Palguda and out over the touchline. A throw in deep in the corner for the Mariners.
It's a nice overlapping run from the defender, Alan Woods, down the right flank. Got some pace, looks to get forward. Good change of play there from Miklos. That name might sound familiar. He was a standout here at the University of Rochester.
That's jammed away out on the near side. Back is Dembuski. On the right wing, he'll send it through to the far end of the 18-yard box as they spin in behind Sanfilippo in a battle with Miklos, and it is out of bounds on the far side. Throw in for the Rhinos deep in their own corner of the field. 10th minute now, no score here at Paytech.
Sanfilippo, Miklos on that far side. That'll be a nice matchup. Frankie Sanfilippo, very energetic, very physical marking defender. Miklos, the rookie. We'll see how he comes in and challenges against Frankie Sanfilippo.
Big boy at 6'3", 180 pounds.
Again, a standout last year, one of the top draft picks in professional soccer, Miklos.
Off in the middle, where it's taken by Briand. He's chased there, trying to sneak it through in the middle. Newsom spins, gets a shot away, a roller, and scooped up off the line by Vallo. He'll throw it out on the near side. Ahead is Martinez up the left wing. Drawing it ahead out near midfield. Martinez challenge there, turning to get away from Hutchinson. Rolls it off in the middle. He avoids a tackle. Now still go a high chip down the right side, but Menyonger had turned toward the ball, and he couldn't turn in behind once again to get to the ball, which was over his head.
The setup was nice, though. Martinez was taking on defenders. Menyonger made a checking run. Then he saw he wasn't going to get the ball. If he had peeled off and hit the flank, I think he was wide open off a nice service from Martinez.
All right. Underway again here at Paytech. I was checking they just finally switched it around. Now each team has one shot, so that's they did get it changed around.
We're listening to
one
you.
shot on the clock.
Someone's listening to you.
Yeah. Just you.
That's, somebody else too. At least one other person.
Your mother.
And father.
That's 3.
And wife. That's 4.
Wow. Right ahead now across midfield. Howes. We've got the big audience tonight. Down to the Rochester 35. The Mariners on the attack. Rolled to the outside of the near wing for Briand. As overlapping again is Woods. He'll take a pass down around the 10, crossing inside the 6, but that is booted away by Perry up into the stands on the near wing. It opens up another throw-in opportunity for the Mariners on the near side. Short on the throw-in to Briand. Turn to the outside for Mack, and he gets spun around, and the ball rolls out. But again, it's off the Rhinos. The throw-in from 10 yards out. This time a little deeper into the box. Near end, and Newsom make that Briand looking for a cross. Drops it back to the outside. Woods with a high chip for the back post. Up in the air is battled to bring it down at his own 5, and he'll throw it off in the far wing ahead for Johnny Menyonger.
The distribution has been very quick from the back. The Rhinos looking to quickly hit on the counterattack.
Long downfield as Zadosian is in behind Craig Demon. Trying to get loose, gets a shot away, but tackled away by Demon out over the end line. The former Rhino finally getting in the play a little bit. That's kicked over the end line off of Demon. It'll be a corner for the Rhinos.
And again, a quick counterattack. Great distribution from Vallo. Ball's popped over, and Craig Demon, very big, very strong in the back, but also very agile. Nice slide tackle there before Zadosian can get the shot away.
Corner to be taken by Lines. 13th minute, no score at Paytech. Lines, left-footed kicker, in-swinging kick. As he gets set to serve it up. And here it comes, low into the box, coming down about the middle, punched away out top. Howes with the right foot and got jammed on it, didn't get much of a shot away. That's booted away from 10 yards out, high in the air outside the box again. And nodded toward midfield, chased back by Ball. Drops it off in the center circle for Perry with the right foot. He'll switch it again to the outside of the right wing, but that is, it's still picked up by Lines, and he'll cross along the 18, but headed away and out. Dropped on the outside again, played back by Shack on the outside. Ahead low, will feed it for Miklos out across midfield to Mack. Into Rhino territory, 1v1 with Birch. Mack still has it, drops it back at the midfield line for Miklos. Crossing through to the center circle for Hutchinson. As ball is on him. Tries a pass ahead, Briand, give it go, but the pass behind Hutchinson taken away by the Rhinos. Lines grabbed onto. Now he's tackled off the ball from behind by Briand. He got tugged on the shoulder and then an arm wrapped around him, and Lines is still down. Well, I don't know. There should have been a foul or at least a...
Yeah, it was a foul. They played a quick restart, but Lines has got to get rid of that ball just a little quicker. Martinez...
Well, he jammed a finger or something. He's pulling at his finger, so I think he might have jammed a finger.
He's got to play quicker, though. Martinez was wide open on the flank, and when you hang out of the ball like that, you're going to attract the crowd, and that's where the physical stuff comes into play.
Out of midfield, brought forward. However, the Mariners will drop it back, taken there by Lowe, and a pass ahead. It's Mack checking back, feeds it off to the center circle, stepping in nicely as Perry to deflect it aside, and the Rhino steal. Ahead is Martinez, feeds it through Zadosian, trying to return pass on a touch, but not enough on it as it's blocked and carried away by the Mariners up the near side. Nice tackle on the ball once again by Adosian as he picks it off the foot of Woods, but it's in off of Adosian and out of bounds.
That's just frustration. Adosian made a poor touch back to Ray Martinez and just comes in fired up.
Nice recovery.
Yeah, determined to win that ball.
Head down to the outside of the near wing for Woods. Watched by Adosian. Chips it across midfield. Perry, as he's grabbed onto there by Newsom, Perry heads it out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Mariners in Rhino territory, around 40 yards out. There's the throw in, and Perry steps in behind, and he'll boot it away and downfield. Perry's played an excellent game thus far.
His anticipation has been great. He's been knocked out with some injuries, some concussions, but Perry tonight stepping in front of everything that's come John Newsom's way.
Played all the way back to the keeper. And Nelson will drive it off on the left wing side. Miklos drops it back and Lowe chips it through midfield. Tipped ahead on the far wing. Burt's after it. He's chased down and drops it back inside the box to Vallo. No score, 15th minute at Frontier. Played through midfield. Headed back across midfield. Blocked away by Howes. The Rhinos have it. Howes into the center circle. Lines back in the play now as he drops it off. But that pass picked off by Mack. Chipped up the left side. Nodded toward the middle by Newsom and ahead for Briand. He'll draw it to the outside on the near wing, and moving up the right wing is Woods. Down to the 20. Stops, turns, switching back to the left foot along the 18. Tried to sneak it through in front, but blocked away by Howes. Rolls it off on the far side, and Sanfilippo away. Out the right wing to the 35. Dribbling it ahead, out to midfield. Sanfilippo continues the run. Now he goes up the right wing side, but Adosian in behind. A step ahead of the play and an offside against the Rhinos.
Adosian just looking for the service a little quicker. But here the Rhinos have had a little trouble. Virginia Beach playing with Newsom as the lone forward. And 5 midfielders. That's really log jamming the midfield. Normally when the Rhinos see that, they'll push one of the outside fullbacks into an attacking position. That hasn't happened just yet.
That ordinarily was Nate Kraft, but he's not out there tonight. He's been sick. And so Perry is in his spot, and Perry moves into a central defensive position, moves Palguda and Sanfilippo to the outsides. Fighted through midfield into Rhino territory, headed away by Sanfilippo, but booted forward again by the Mariners. Miklos dropping it back. Pass up the left wing side by Hutchinson, deflected away, and the Rhinos take it. Spinning around Martinez, who's now off on the far side of the field. Dropping it back, Sanfilippo, one touch ahead for Lines. As he turned back, drops it off again. Sanfilippo this time, a high chip across midfield. Demon in the collision with Adosian. The ball hit it in the air, comes down. Adosian settles, but a foul is called on the Rhinos.
Yeah, they're going to call Adosian for undercutting. I believe it was Shaq for Virginia Beach, and Shaq went up for the header. Adosian didn't go up, and there was the contact. The call goes against the Rhinos.
All right, a restart for the Mariners from their own 40. And that's the end of the field to our left here in the first half. Played through and headed in the air by Perry out on the near side for Lines. Draws it forward up the left wing, being chased by Briand. Spins the ball back to Palguda. Briand on him as the ball rolls away and out of bounds. That off of the Mariners, so a throw in for the Rhinos. 18th minute, no score here at Paytech.
And Briand in that last challenge, he went hard with Scotty Palguda there. Almost stays in bounds. Palguda at the last second steps in front of Briand and keeps possession here for the Rhinos on a throw-in.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you know it or not. Do you know that their jerseys have their names on their backs? Virginia Beach?
You know, I was looking for Newsom's name. That's the only one I didn't see. That? Finally, I saw the
Can you see that there is a name on the back of that jersey?
I could see yellow. I can't read what it is.
Wow. Didn't even see the yellow. It's so light. All right. Brought away up the near side. Ball. Couldn't quite keep it in. Otherwise, he was gone to the races. So a throw to the near side for the Mariners from their own 40 on the near side. And Woods will take the throw in.
Imperative for John Ball to get involved in the attack, to really lighten things up here, and then that loosens things up for the rest of the Rhinos attack. Ball, the more he's involved, the harder it is to defend this team.
Headed off into the center circle. Martinez will slow it up. Now spinning around, still has it. Drawing it forward. His pass ahead. Ball just jams a high pop-up. Coming down around the 25, headed away by Demon off in the far wing for Miklos. Hands it along his 35 for the Mariners. Pass in the middle for Shaq, but knocked away by Ball. Gets it right back, slots it through to Menyonger. Stepping in behind, a little bit too far ahead. And out to pounce on the ball is Nelson. Nice pass by Ball, and it almost worked.
That's great vision from John Ball. Menyonger, in soccer, the first touch is everything. Top of the 18, it's got to be a gentle touch. Push forward and smacked away. The first touch just a little too far for Johnny Menyonger as Nelson comes out to win the ball.
Perry will slip it downfield again. Menyonger in behind but couldn't get to it. Rolls all the way down inside the box to the keeper. We're in the 19th minute and no score here at Paytech. Played ahead. Mariners bring it upfield. Shaq drops it back in the middle for Demon. Missed the first about the first 10 or 12 games of the season. He's played 15 now. I think this is his 16th game played this season, but he was out injured for the majority of the start of the season.
A lot of fans unhappy that Demon not returning to Rochester, but that situation, you can't take a chance and bring him back. Not 100%.
They had already carried the guy for, 3 years? There's a point,
There is a point. He was a great attribute, a great player to have in the community, but again, he wasn't 100%. No one really knew what Craig Demon would bring to the table. I think that was the right decision in the end.
Played away to the out of bounds of the far side, off of the Mariners and out. Craig Demon, what a great person he is.
Great
person,
class.
Outstanding person, but just injury after injury, and he was getting the big bucks. There was you could get 2 or 3 players for what you were paying him, and to have him here and sitting here, you couldn't take another chance on him for another year.
Unfortunate, very difficult situation. I've talked to Coach Callaway about it, but that's a part of the business. To make some decisions that are not popular with the fans, but you got to look at what's best for the overall team.
Headed away out of bounds on the far side off the Rhinos. Throw in for the Mariners on the far side. 20th minute. And for the Mariners just across midfield into Rhino territory. A throw in on the midfield line. Mack will drop it back. And Buskey plays it off on the left side to Demon. Rolls it ahead across midfield. Trying to sneak away. Brought forward by Mack. As he's challenged from behind by Howes. Drops it back for Shack. Moving in. Left-footed kick. Bouncer in. Just punched wide of the right post by Vallow. Did he touch it? I don't think he touched it, so it'll be a goal kick. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include the World Gym, the official strength training facility of the Rochester Sports Group at 1717 East Avenue. By Power Trip, taste the power. By Marina Dodge at 943 Ridge Road in Webster. And also brought to you by the Democrat and Chronicle. Catch all of tonight's Rhinos game highlights in tomorrow's DNC.
It was a very difficult shot for the keeper. It took that little bounce just before it approached the net. Vallow kept his eye on it, saw it was going wide. But Shack, with that little knuckle at the end of that shot, a very challenging opportunity there.
Still no score here at Paytech. Perry from midfield, long to the right wing side. Blocked to the end line, trying to get in. To Sanfilippo across along the 6, and Demon gets his left foot on it to boot it away. Sanfilippo moved long downfield on the right wing side, overlapping, and took a great pass from Perry.
We've seen that countless times. Frankie Sanfilippo overlapping, firing a ball into the box, and someone there to tap it home for the Rhinos. That time, Demon reads the play.
Right away. Slide tackle on the ball as it's knocked away and out of bounds on the far side by Sanfilippo. So it'll be a throw-in for the Mariners from their own 35 on the far side. 22nd minute, no score.
Good formation for Jay Hoffman and the Mariners. Miklos on the left side and Brian on the right side, really spreading out this Rhinos defense and opening up some gaps in the middle of the field when you're stretching out the defenders and those outside halfbacks. They have played extremely wide here in the first half.
Rhinos have the ball. Alguda across midfield on the left side as Martinez has switched back to the near side of the field. Alguda drops it toward the middle. Ball back to the midfield line for Pelguda. Turns as he's upended by Brian. The ball carried away. His pass into the middle. Newsom. Drop pass on the back heel to Brian. Tried the return pass, but knocked away by Pelguda, who gets back in the play, or make that house. Cross midfield, flick forward by Menyonger for Adosian. Spins, but the ball got away from him. Into the center circle and off of the near wing. Brought forward by Shack to the outside for Newsom. Off the right wing and draws it down to the Rochester 18, the near corner of the box. Watched by Pelguda, turns to the end line. Looking for the cross, but off of Pelguda. Ball rolls away, hits the flag, and out over the touchline. So a throw in deep in the corner for the Mariners. Two teams have played 3 times already, and they've all been ties. One was a 2-2 tie, the other was scoreless ties.
And Pelguda has got to be careful, though. That time he gets pushed in central, leaving a wide open gap on the right side where Newsom drifts into that space, and he's got a lot of time to set up the attack. The Rhinos shape defensively has got to stay very stable in the back.
Throw in short in the box, a flick toward the middle, knocked down, and it's knocked down off the line by Vallow. Got his left-handed, picks up the ball, and brings it away. That was a very difficult one.
I think Vallow saw that at the last second as the defender was in front of him, and Miklos comes around with the right boot to wrap it around the defender. Just a reaction save with the left hand from Scotty Vallow.
Right ahead by the Rhinos out to midfield is Howes on the right side. Drives it through. Checking back is Martinez. Turns it to the outside Menyonger. He'll slot it through up the right side and moving in his lines. Down to the 5. Cross in front. Moving in as Martinez tried to hit it away, but that's up in the air. Comes down to the end line and headed aside on the far side. In underneath it Menyonger again. Far into the box. Working toward the end line. Turns switching back on the 18 to Lines. Spins, looks toward the middle. Now a cross down in front. Hit it away at the 6. But still down on the field is Martinez. Ball is headed forward, blocked away, and then booted up into the stands So the Rhinos, Ray Martinez, still down in the field in a collision and going for that head ball, and he got clipped.
Yeah, it was an awkward challenge there. Martinez went for the head of the Virginia Beach player, playing it with his leg, actually catching Martinez right in the shoulder as he's coming in at the top of the 6. And funny on that play, though, the Rhinos see that Martinez is down. They continue to play. And Virginia Beach now, they'll knock it out of play and give the Rhinos a chance to regroup.
Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Nextel, helping groups get things done. Call 800-NEXTEL-9. That's Volvo, Rochester's exclusive Volvo dealer at 1500 University Avenue. Also brought to you by the Messenger Post. Stay posted. Call 442-POST for subscription information.
Looks like Martinez got it on the outside of the left arm. And it looks like it was the studs from Hutchison coming in hard on the challenge there. But Martinez, good effort, got there a little late. Instead of getting the ball, he gets the bottom of the boot.
Through midfield and off on the far wing. As the ball driven across midfield is knocked down and out of bounds. And who's the ball going to? Throw in across the way for the Rhinos. 25th minute, no score. Center circle, Howes. Switches to the outside on the near wing. Palguda up the left wing side. Watched by Briand. His pass toward the middle for Ball. One touch dropping it back for Howes. Chips it ahead for Menyonger. He's run over from behind, but no whistle. Played ahead. Adosian run up the back, but no whistle again. And the ball is played away. Dropped back around the 20 for Woods, who drives it out through midfield. Well, there was two that should have been called right there.
Adosian was never given a chance to even win the ball there. The player in his hands on his shoulders and goes up and wins the header. That's a nice little assist.
Out ahead by Birch. Turns it along to his right for John Ball. Spins it. Now he'll bring it up across the midfield line on the right side. Plays it to the outside. Lines after it at the far touchline. Nifty move to get away from Lowe. Pass it on the far wing and brought ahead by Martinez. To the outside, deep to the corner. And looking for a cross in front, but knocked down was Ball. And there's again no whistle. And played to the outside. Taken away by the Mariners. Well, the referee tonight, Ken Heller, right now is letting him play.
A couple times. I think he knows John Ball's a very active player. No call, though.
Long on the left wing side. In behind now, Adosian. Deep in the near corner. Watched by Woods. 1v1. Off of the left wing corner. Fakes across. Still has it. Drives it on top. To the near corner of the box for Lyons. He'll turn to the end line. Now double team to the ball is taken away by the Mariners. Brought along the near side. Briand. Pass off to Shack. Works his way out toward midfield. Shack across the midfield line, lays it to the open right wing side of Briand after it, but getting there first is Perry. He blocks Briand, the ball out of bounds. Throw in for the Rhinos at their own 18 on the near side.
Perry's unhappy that Briand, the ball's out of bounds, and there's still contact after the play, but Perry's a big, strong player. Briand goes flying that time.
Lines across midfield, however, that right into Dan Buskey and then played out of the near wing, but stolen right back by Lines to the midfield line. A hit from Menyonger. As he spins around with the ball, drops it off for John Ball. He'll go long to the right wing side. Sanfilippo overlapping, but has to slow up to catch the ball, and it's headed away by Miklos on the far side out of bounds. Throw in for the Rhinos on the far side at about the 40 of the Mariners. Short throw into Martinez. Chips it up the wing on the right side. Moving down near the end line. Sanfilippo, high cross with the back post. Through the 6 on the near side. That's knocked down and comes out the near end of the 18. Taken by Ball. Right foot goes for the back post. Up in the air to bring it down. It is 3. Is the keeper, Nelson.
Ball went a little deep with that service there. The Rhinos were at the near post. No one crashing far, and that's where the ball went.
I thought he almost might have been going for that upper corner on the far side. A little bit too much on it.
That's a very creative shot, to say the least, from John Ball.
Well, the keeper was over on the near side. Who knows? Demon taken down as he's taken down by, who's that, Martinez, and the ball rolls out over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Mariners.
Quiet first half again. The last couple of home games, the Rhinos on fire, coming out very intense, very hard. This time, a little slower rhythm, a little slower pace. Maybe trying not to waste all that excitement and energy early on and save some for the second half.
Goal kick. 29th minute. No score. Mariners. The keeper, Matt Nelson, at 6'1", 190 pounds, a 28-year-old from Tampa Bay. With the right foot, drives it out through the center circle. And just barely flighted over top of Ball, carried away by Briand of the Mariners as he dribbles his way down to the 35. Then Martinez back, but Briand escapes with the ball down to the 18. He'll switch it to the outside of the left wing. Moving in, Miklos with a high chip down inside the box, up in this 6 to bring the ball down is Vallow.
Briand is a classy player. Had a little run with New England in Major League Soccer. just didn't stick. Again, his Canadian status probably didn't help him, but with Toronto joining MLS, could be another opportunity for Felix Brion.
Cross midfield, headed in the air, but on the backside, taken away by Martinez, the far corner of the box. Switching back to the left foot, now to the right foot as he works toward the end line. He's at the far end of the box still, now near the end line, trying to put it away, but that off the foot of the Virginia Beach player over the end line. Well, they say evidently it was deflected away by Martinez and out, so a goal kick for the Mariners. Other sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Connolly Printing, the official printer for the Rhinos. Call 426-4150. By Salvatores, they deliver everything but babies. Also by Health Source Chiropractic. Patients being accepted at the Canal Park Medical Complex at 225-6430.
Martinez on that last rush there. Inside the 18, he beats the defender once. Then the mistake is he tries to beat him again. Take the first opportunity, either shoot or serve the ball. Too many touches inside the 18.
Long ball flighted downfield off the kick and brought away by Mack. Has it turning back to the left foot, 20 yards out, a roller in, scooped up at his 2 by Vallow. So the Mariners with another shot, now leading in shots in the game 4-1. The Rhinos with only one shot. They've ordinarily had about a good 5 or 6 by now.
The first half has been explosive for this team, but not tonight. And a lot of the shots for Virginia Beach coming right down the middle, as again the outside players stretching things out, and then players filtering into the center where they're finding some space.
All delivered downfield, but taken away by the Mariners. Turned to the outside of the left wing. Ahead with it, Miklos working out toward the midfield line, tried to slot it through to Newsom, but intercepted and carried away by Birch. Looks around, rolls a pass ahead, ball across midfield. He'll send it through in the left wing side, but stepping in to intercept is Woods, and the Mariners take it back. Woods on the near wing, moving out toward midfield in the center circle. Knocked away momentarily, but picked up again. Shack has it down for the Mariners on the near side across midfield for Brion. He'll draw it out on the near wing, watched by Palguda. Brion switching back to the right foot, heads for the corner. Pushing it to the end line, looking for the cross, a high one for the back post. Up is Vallow. That's knocked up in the air, headed away out over the end line by Sanfilippo. It was Vallow in a collision with Lowe, it looks like. Or was that Miklos? It was Miklos in the collision.
It was both of them against the Rhinos keeper. And really uncharacteristic, Scotty Vallow, with pressure on him, still bobbles the ball. And luckily, Frankie Sanfilippo there at the corner of the 6 to head it out of danger. Gives up a corner kick, but the Rhinos get to regroup and set up defensively.
I thought he was bumped when he went up to grab the ball.
There may have been contact there, but again, Vallow, even with contact, he's got such a strong presence in the box, he's able to fight it off.
Anyway, a corner. That's high through the box, comes out the near wing as it's flighted over everybody and rolls out. A throw in for the Rhinos deep in the right into the field on the near side. Well, out around the 18 as Martinez gains a few yards on the throw in. Head for Palguda, who was named to the team of the week again this week. That's 4 times this season. Congratulations to Palguda.
Yeah, Palguda had an excellent start to the season. Then kind of tailed off a little bit, got in the doghouse, and now he's back on task again for Coach Laurie Calloway.
Throw in along the near side, play back to Woods. Takes a look downfield with the right foot, switching all the way off on the left wing side. Miklos out around the Rochester 30. Tried to draw it forward, but blocked away by Sanfilippo. Shack takes it. Now past Dambuski, his feet ahead, and Burt stepping in to intercept. Plays it up the right wing for Martinez. Throws it off toward the middle for Lyons. He moves in with the left foot, then he's wiped out on a hard tackle. And comes down hard, and he's not getting up.
Definitely challenge after the ball was played. The referee, Ken Heller, tried to see if the Rhinos were going to have the advantage. That's why there was that delayed whistle. Hopefully Lyons will be okay here. He's getting up slowly. Looks like it's just under his shin guard where he got the contact on the tackle.
Well, he's getting beat up here tonight. And a tough time so far, but he's up and right back in it.
And Lyons, a couple more hits like that, he's going to play the ball even quicker. That's going to work out even better for him.
Pass ahead. House tried to sneak it through. Adosian comes up with the boot. But play goes on. Demon able to drive it away to midfield. However, a foul is called on Adosian. So we'll have the restart for the Mariners from around their own 25 or 20 on the right wing. 25, yeah. On the restart, dropping it back to the keeper. Plays it off in the far wing, and Dambuski moves up the left wing side. Make that low. Rolls it ahead to Miklos near midfield. Trying to sneak away. Drops it back. Now tipped across midfield, but out of bounds. Throw in for the Rhinos at the midfield line on the far side. 34th minute, still no score. Paytech. Pass ahead, Menyonger. Pump. Controls. Pass to the outside, picked off. In turn, Menyonger knocks it away and draws it forward. Up the right side. Moving ahead, Martinez. High cross for the back post. That one flighted through the 6. And along the end line. It's still rolling along the line. Rolling toward the corner. And Finally, it's out over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Mariners. Sponsors once again of these broadcasts tonight includes Weigel's, the official hot dog at Paytech Park. Cintas, the service professionals. Discover what Cintas can do for your organization. By Harrow East Athletic Club, on the web at harroweast.com. And by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. For your next car, log on to auctiondirect.com.
The final piece to the puzzle, it's just not there for the Rhinos' attack. As you can see, Martinez with that long ball. No one, though, crashing on the back door. Service may have been a little too soon, but again, that's understanding this late in the year. Those are things that should have been worked out a while ago for this team.
Goal kick flighted out into the center circle. As the ball is pushed forward across midfield. Turned to the outside by Mack, up the left wing for Miklos. Drawing it down to the Rochester 20. Rolls it down along the far end of the box. Here's a cross in front. Headed away out over the end line. Diving back to block it away and out. His lines. It creates another corner opportunity for the Mariners.
Good overlapping run there. Miklos with the ball. Now tries to drift in central. Attracts the Rhinos defense. Mack on the overlapping flank. Able to get in behind, but Lyons actually diving in, and it knocks off of his chest. Looking for Newsom inside the 18.
Corner kick off the left wing side. Right-footed kicker, an in-swinging kick. 36th minute. No score at Paytech.
A lot of good movement off the ball by the Mariners. Very difficult to mark.
That's low in the box, but headed away and out by Howes all the way around to the 35. Settled the feed by Dozian. And they'll turn it to the outside up the right wing for Martinez. Draws it ahead across midfield. Got Sanfilippo on the near side breaking downfield, but Martinez didn't see him. Martinez slowing it up now as they had a 3-on-1.
Sanfilippo was about 10 yards offside. He saw him.
Still on the near side, rolls a pass ahead for Howes, drops it to the outside Martinez, turns, switching back to the right foot, can't get a shot away, double team, but still has it. Drives it away on the near side, Palguda, 20 yards out, trying to feed it in front along the 18, but headed away by Demon. Out on the near side, stepping in, Newsom checking back as he is chased there by Palguda. Newsom from his 20 draws it back inside to the keeper.
You don't know, once Ray Martinez thinking there, top of the 18, he's got a great opportunity. It's laying down flat for him. Fire away, but again, looking for that extra touch to get even closer. Not going to happen at a level this high.
Perry along the near wing across midfield for Adosian. As he looks back, drops it to his own side of midfield once again for Jason Perry. Pass ahead. Menyonger right back to Perry as they play catch. Drop back in the middle for Birch, touching it ahead for John Ball, moves it forward out to midfield. Now into Virginia Beach territory, pass ahead to Lyons, tips it to the outside. Kept in play by Martinez. Overlapping, his pass hits Sanfilippo in the back of a heel and rolls out.
They just have not connected. Martinez, Sanfilippo trying to make some things happen a couple times on the overlap. Sanfilippo's received the ball, but Ray Martinez that time with the sleeve rolled up where he took that shot. Leaves a bit to be desired.
Throw in for the Mariners from around their own 20 on the far side. Right now the Mariners leading in shots in this one 4-1. Across midfield, push forward. Birch gets a foot on it to drive it ahead across midfield. Martinez knocks it down for Lyons up the right side. Howes dropping it off, still has it. Spins around trying to get away from Danbuski and does. Nifty job right there on the 20. Cross down along the 18, but that's booted away. And on top for Briand. He'll drop it off and carry it forward now by Mack of the Mariners. Pass ahead again. It's Briand across midfield. He's chased down by Sanfilippo. Turning along the middle. Sanfilippo tackles it away. And a collision. The ball loose and carried off by Menyonger. He'll drop it off there. Sanfilippo ahead for Ball. Approaching the midfield circle. Draws it to the outside for Menyonger. Pass back in the center circle for Lyons. And here come the Rhinos on the attack. Lyons up the left wing now to Dozian. Down to the 25 to the 20. 1v1 at the near corner of the box. Sneaks it through. Trying to get loose. And the ball then finally is blocked away as Dozian was going right at the net.
Good effort there. Just didn't get that last touch to get around that third defender. That's good defensive coverage, though, by the Mariners. Beats one player. The defensive support immediately there for Virginia Beach.
That's sent downfield on a high floater, and Perry back to take it. Rolls it off along the 35 in the middle for Birch, and he'll give it a hit for Ball. 38th minute of Paytech, and it is still scoreless. Out to your midfield, Menyonger with it. Long chip up the right side as Howes flicks it to the corner. That's chased down to the end line, and rolling is out over the end line, off of the Mariners, so a corner kick for the Rhinos.
They're going with a quick restart. A bit surprised by that.
Out top. Moving in, Howes with a boot, and he'll drive it in. Or was that Aaron Lyons?
I think it was Lyons.
Yeah, they took the shot, and it was about 2 feet wide of the left post. Goal kick for the Mariners.
Good look at the goal there from about 20 yards out, just not making the right connection on the shot there by the Rhinos. I'm not sure if it was Howes or Lines.
So the ball will be placed on his 6 for the keeper.
There you go.
Nelson.
Virginia Beach also, Don, trying to sneak into the playoffs here as well. They've got 2 games left. Sunday in Toronto. So with 6 points on the line, they've got a good shot still.
Dozian in the middle. Menyonger trying to slot it through and does. Demon turning back to the ball. Drive it ahead off of the far side for Lowe. To the outside, Martinez chasing him. Lowe, a roller along to midfield, but picked up again by the Rhinos. Lions ahead. It's drawn forward now by Menyonger, down to the 25, switching back toward the middle, trying to sneak it in the middle, but the ball blocked away and carried off, and upfield by Shack of the Mariners. Toward the middle from his own 35, switching to the outside, but nobody will get to it. Turned over by the Mariners, throwing on the near side for the Rhinos. Adosian back to the midfield line for Palguda. His feet ahead, Lines touching it to the outside for Adosian as he's bumped. Still has it, spins around along the near touchline and draws it along the touchline. Rolling ball. It bent along the line, but finally went out. Throw in for the Mariners. 40th minute. And scoreless here at Paytech. Mariners with 4 shots, and the Rhinos with 2. High back to midfield. Perry moving in, blocks it ahead for Ball up the near side. His feet ahead for Lines. Drops it again to the outside for John Ball. Takes a look and switching back with the right foot. His pass down in front, moving in Menyonger with the left foot. That's drive. A rocket chip by about 10 feet high over top of the crossbar. Menyonger getting the shot away. So a goal kick once again for the Mariners. As Joe was saying a moment ago, the Mariners playing Sunday in Toronto. And that is it for the regular season for the Virginia Beach Mariners. As that'll be their last game. They're playing the last 4 straight on the road. And the last couple in Montreal, a win and a loss. Only won 1 of the last 5, and that win was in Montreal, if you can believe that. It's something the Rhinos haven't done for forever and ever, a couple of centuries. If the kick is out of bounds on the far side, a throw in for the Rhinos near midfield on the far side. Now 41st minute here at Paytech and scoreless. Last midfield is Burtz with the right foot. Pass ahead from Menyonger. Spinning back. Still has it 35 yards out. Looking to slot it through to Adosian. That's picked off. Brought forward by Lines. To the outside. Moving in. Howes roller in. Oh, he puts it a foot wide left of the net. He moved in behind. Howes got the shot away, went across the goal mouth, and a foot wide left. That's the best opportunity of the game so far. So another goal kick for the Mariners. Shots are now even at 4 apiece. As the Rhinos had a golden opportunity right there, but missed just wide. Rhinos seem to be picking up the pace a little bit here. As they've come on, the Mariners again were leading in shots 4-1, but all of a sudden the Rhinos have had some opportunities here. Shots are now even at 4. Nelson with the right foot drives it out through midfield. That's flicked forward, but underneath it goes Birch, gets the left foot on it. He'll hammer it out into the center circle, and Menyonger away. Moving it forward, turning to the outside. Trying to slot it ahead for Howes. He'll push it forward to Adosian. Flicks it to the outside, lines on the left wing with the left foot a kick, but that's booted out over the end line. He missed high and wide to the left side. Rhinos with another opportunity, but miss. So Rochester getting some chances now. Another goal kick for the Mariners. 43rd minute and scoreless. Rhinos tomorrow in Atlanta. Tomorrow night in Atlanta at the Silverbacks Park. First look at that new stadium. And we'll have the broadcast for you along our broadcast network at 7 o'clock Saturday night from Atlanta. Another team that has still a chance of making the playoffs. Rolled her to the outside on the far wing. Head for Lowe, drawing it forward as he's watched by Howes. Drives it away and downfield, and Sanfilippo flicks it loose, and moving up is Perry with the right foot, and he'll turn, just hammered away downfield again. It rolls all the way down inside the 18 to the keeper. Greg Howes moving up into a forward position, and that seems like that was about the point where the Rhinos still really started to apply some pressure. Finally, the keeper picks the ball up as Adosian pressures. With the right foot, high volley kick through midfield. As the ball is blocked away to the center circle, but spun aside, and Shack turns it to the outside for Miklo. Stumbles, but comes up with the ball. Drops it back for Shack as he spins around. Shack has played every minute this season. Every minute. He leads the league in minutes played so far. Dropping it back and across midfield to his own side for Dan Buskey and rolls it all the way back to the keeper. Brings it outside the box with the right foot. Drives it away through midfield, coming down around the Rochester 30. Perry up, heads it aside, but then right to Shack moving in. Takes another crack at it with the left foot, but again bends it way wide left. And out over the end line, it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. 44th minute here at Paytech. And no score as we're approaching halftime. Vallow placing the ball. Get ready for the kick. Rhinos next week will play their final regular season game. It's awards night here at Paytech. Next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, Saturday night against the Minnesota Thunder. I hope you'll be here for that one. Be in your seats a few minutes early as the awards will be presented. Into midfield, pass ahead. For Newsom rolls it to the outside of the near wing for Woods. Brings it up the right side, being watched by Palguda, and stepping in, lines, knocks it away. Menyonger helping out, drops it off for Palguda. On the left wing, will chip a high one across midfield. Adosian flicks it forward along the near touchline. Den Buskey turning back for the ball. Chased by Adosian, drops it off for Demon. Rolls it out on the near side for Hutchinson. On him is Howes. Hutchinson then sends it out of bounds, and a throw-in on the near side for the Rhinos. Lines with the throw-in short to Menyonger along the 35. He'll feed it toward the middle on the 20, but knocked down and take it back by Shat. Stepping in, Menyonger almost stole it away, but Shack turns it upfield. Cross midfield. As he's turned back, taken away by Ball, the Rhinos have it right back. John Ball on the left wing side, a minute of stoppage time, 1 minute. It's down to the 20. Here into the box, snuck through along the 18 for Martinez. Turns it to the outside again for Ball. Now right foot moving in, but the offside flag is in the air as House was in behind. Offside against the Rhinos. So restart for the Mariners. From around their own 10. We're in stoppage time. Scoreless here at Paytech. Well, the keeper, he rolls the ball outside the 18 to around the 20-25. He gained about 15 yards, I think, there. Nelson low drive through midfield, but right to lines, knocks it down and brings it away. On the right side, Martinez, one touch across midfield for Adosian. Drawing it down to the 35. Looking for a cross in the middle. Adosian with the left foot, switching it out of the near side. Palguda. Outside, near end of the box. Howes down in front. That's headed away and out top again. Howes always it back in front. Quick toward the end line. The right post by Martinez. Off the back of the head, but puts it 2 feet wide right over the end. And there's the whistle as the first half comes to an end. Rhinos coming on strong toward the end of that half. Seem to have the half, and it is scoreless between the Rhinos and the Virginia Beach Mariners, the visitors on the night. And not a whole lot to talk about, I guess, as far as the play is concerned in that first half of play. As we have for you the Marina Dodge first half statistics. First half stats always, as always, brought to you by Marina Dodge. No scoring to talk about to this point, but the stats. Well, the scoreboard says 5-4 shots in favor of the Rhinos. I had it 6-4 as they took one right near the end there just before the whistle. So it should have been 6 shots for the Rhinos and 4 for the Mariners. The note, if you will, in that particular category is that the Mariners had a 4-1 lead in shots before the Rhinos really seemed to come on strong toward the end of the first half. Again, Mariners were leading in shots 4-1, but the Rhinos came back and outshot the Mariners at the halftime by a 6-4 margin. Each team had 2 corner kicks in the first half, and the offsides, 2 against the Rhinos and no offsides against the Mariners. Fouls, 2 against Rochester and 5 against the Mariners. And then as far as saves are concerned, Vallow was credited with 2, and the keeper for the Mariners, Matt Nilsson, was not credited with a save in the first half of play. So there's your stats brought to you by Marina Dodge through the first half of play. It is scoreless here at Paytech Park between the Rhinos and the Mariners. At the half, we'll have more for you in a moment. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Here once again at Paytech Park tonight, as it is scoreless at the half between the Rhinos and the visiting Virginia Beach Mariners. And they do have it on the official score sheet, which has been handed to me, that it is 6 shots for the Rhinos and 4 for the Mariners, so the score clock has not been updated at this point. Again, 2 saves for Vallow and no saves for the visitor Nelson. Vallow coming into tonight leading the league in a few categories, has 10 wins, which is most in the league, tied for the lead there, and 11 shutouts in the season. Second in the league in the number of saves, 88 coming into tonight, so with those 2, that gives him 90. He was also second in the league for goalkeepers in minutes played at 21.60, and third best goals against average in the league at 0.83. He has played every game so far, has played every minute. Vallow has gone the distance, and with 90 saves now. Coming into tonight, Vallow with 51 wins and 35 shutouts with the Rhinos. Nelson, on the other side, has also... he's up amongst the league leaders in a couple of categories. He was leading the USL First Division goaltenders in minutes played with 2,200 coming into tonight. So he's gone, I think he's had all but one game that he has been in. 25 out of 27. No, there's 2 games that he didn't play in this year. So 25 games played, 2,200 minutes. He's second in the league in shutouts with 8. And he's fourth in the league coming into tonight in saves with 79. So that's considerably fewer than Vallow, who now has 90. So there's some of the league leaders, Nelson of the Mariners and Vallow of the Rhinos. We're at the half here at Paytech Park, and still no score in this game between the Rhinos and Mariners. And so far, I guess that's maybe to be expected, because in 2 of the 3 games they've played so far, they ended in scoreless ties. The other was a 2-2 tie, and kind of an aberration of what we've seen with the season with these 2 teams. But them being tied here at the half is not an unusual thing between the 2 teams. Fans, the Rhinos are right now taking deposits for season tickets for the 2007 season. That's right, next season, we're already talking about next year, 2007 season. A $25 non-refundable deposit is all you need to get on the priority list for season tickets. Call 454-KICK to be added to the list, and this, of course, does not apply to the current season ticket holders, as they've already got their spots staked out. $25 deposit to get on that list for the 2007 season tickets. Get on there and make sure you're all set for next year, which could be an interesting year to say the least also. Rhinos and the Mariners are going at it here at Paytech Park in the final of 4 meetings this year between the 2 teams. Rhinos with 4, including tonight, 4 games left. So after right now 3.5 games left. Tomorrow night, the Rhinos will travel down the road to Atlanta. And it's going to be a long day tomorrow. Actually, after a very short night tonight, the Rhinos need to be at the airport somewhere around 4:30 tomorrow morning. You can believe that, 4:30 at the airport. Get ready for a flight to Atlanta, so that's at best maybe about 4 hours sleep for the players tonight before heading down the road to Atlanta tomorrow to take on the Silverbacks in the final meeting of the year between those 2 teams. And then next weekend, the Rhinos will play at home on Saturday night against the Minnesota Thunder. That Saturday night game, it's awards night. We would remind you again to be in your seats a little early on Saturday night next weekend. As the awards ceremonies will begin right about 7:30, so be in your seats early as the Rhinos take on Minnesota. And then they'll end the season the same fashion as this weekend. They'll head right out for the next day game on the road. It'll be in Charleston against the Battery. That's the Charleston Battery, as the Rhinos will travel down to Charleston on Sunday. And that'll end up the regular season, and depending, of course, on whether or not the Rhinos finish in first, second, third, fourth, or wherever, it could be, depending on that, will be determining, of course, when the Rhinos would play, as the first 2 teams will have a bye. First and second place finishing teams would have a bye, and then for the first round of the playoffs, and we move into the second round, and then Montreal, who is most likely going to finish first, and if it's the Rhinos finishing second, then would pick up play there. So that's when the regular season ends, and that's how she goes the rest of the way. We're at the half here at Paytech. There's no score between the Rhinos and the Mariners of Virginia Beach, and more coming your way in a moment. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Paytech Park tonight, the Rhinos and Mariners are even up at the half, scoreless thus far in this game. Going to get a comment from the defender of the Rhinos, Kevin Taylor, alongside. Kevin, your thoughts on that first half of play?
I thought we looked really good. We came out on fire, came out with a lot of desire. Coach, halfway through there, had to make a change and put Housey up front so we could go at him with more players. And it looks like it's working for us. At the end of the half, we had a couple more shots, and things started going for us. So we'll see how we come out at half.
Yeah, it looked like trying to get more pressure, and it was working. So just keep doing the same thing?
Yeah, definitely. As long as we keep up the intensity, Virginia Beach shouldn't be able to hang with us. So we'll just see how they hang in there.
Yeah, it was the Rhinos in the last couple of games have had such strong starts, but haven't scored, but they've had so many opportunities. Seemed like it was maybe a little more deliberate or sort of holding back a little bit.
Yeah, we want to go at them with more players instead of counterattacking all the time. We want to go with like 5 to 7 players attacking at once. So if we go with more numbers, then we feel like we have a better shot.
All right, thanks a lot for stopping by. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Take care. Kevin Taylor, Rhino defender, as the second half about to get underway here at Paytech Park. And at the half, it's the Rhinos nothing. Get underway in the second half here at Paytech Park. Scoreless between the Rhinos and the Mariners. As it's tied up, and that's certainly nothing new between these two teams, as they have met 3 times previous, and they've all ended in scoreless games, or tied games, rather. 2 of them were scoreless, and 1 was in a 2-goal tie. So the fact that they're tied up and scoreless is no surprise between the two teams. Glad to have you with us. I'm Don Stevens, and alongside is Joe Giuliano. See down as they come out onto the pitch, Joe, that Ray Martinez still has his left sleeve on his jersey rolled up and showing his whole left arm. I'm not sure what
he's showing off the triceps. He's been working out. They've seen at the gym this week.
He's only been working on one side, though, right? With his left hand?
He's got to hit the right side a little more. No, I think, you know what, maybe from the contact from Hutchison in the box earlier on, the jersey might kind of irritate where he got that big scratch on his arm. That's the only thing I could think of.
Well, I was trying to think that maybe he's doing it to show the referee how he was hammered on the left side there, and there was no call made.
I don't think he'll get much sympathy for that, but if that's his mentality or that's his angle, interesting.
Well, I have no idea if that's the reason or not, but anyway, he's got one sleeve rolled up all the way, showing the left gun.
I had a difficult halftime, Don.
Yeah?
Had to go through the stats with the rhinestones surrounding me. I made it through okay. I would ask you which stats it were that you brought out, but I better not. The game stats.
Oh.
It was very challenging, very difficult, but I survived, and I want to thank the beautiful rhinestones for assisting me during my little halftime activities.
Okay, well, the score clock still has not been fixed, as the shots say 5-4 for the Rhinos, but it was 6-4, including the stats being shown on the official stat sheet here. Has 6 shots for the Rhinos. They had one right there at the end, just seconds before the whistle. All right, did we check it over? I don't see any changes as far as the Rhinos are concerned.
And if there were, I'd be surprised, because the rhythm, the pace of that first half was a little sluggish. The midfield for Virginia Beach really did pack it in and force the game of the pace of the game to slow down.
And as far as the Mariners are concerned, I don't see any changes either. So here we go. Now in the second half, the Rhinos shooting at the net to our right. As the ball is intercepted at midfield by Breon, tips it ahead for Newsom, gets spun around by Lyons, and it's dropped again to the outside on the right wing, and ahead come the Mariners. Woods pass ahead, blocked away up into the stands on the far side, and then off the Mariners, so a throw in for the Rhinos from around their own 35. Just getting started, second half.
The Reynolds, I talked to Aaron Lyons at halftime. He wanted to open things up and get some more attack going, but he said, again, the midfield is so congested, they've got to find a way, possibly on the outsides, to penetrate this clogged midfield.
Well, it certainly seemed like the Rhinos did open it up, and when Greg Howes moved up front, it started creating a lot of opportunities. Right now we see that basically Howes and Menyonger have kind of changed places. Menyonger may be a withdrawn midfielder, and Howes is a forward. As in the center circle, Lyons taken down. Ball brought away by Breon on the attack. As in turn, Lyons comes back, tackles the ball right back. Nice move, and Breon grabbing onto his right leg as he goes down, and play continues on. Lyons in, sends it, switching to the outside of the near wing, off the tip of the toe of Martinez and out, but Breon still down on the field, and the whistle to stop play. Well, Lyons came right back after that, what happened there at the center circle, and he gave it right back.
Yeah, the referee said it was a clean tackle, that he got ball, and I think Breon may just be cramping up there. Looks like it's his right leg. It's a little sore there, but I think he'll be okay. He's a tough player. Breon, definitely up, and no need for the trainer to even come on the pitch.
All right, so he's limping around a little bit, and then throwing on the near side for the Mariners. Cross midfield, into the chest of Miklos. Pass on the near wing, but Sanfilippo will bike it back on the near wing, and Martinez touches it ahead to the midfield line. Stepping up, pushed ahead by Lowe into Rhino territory. It's dropped back near the center circle, and on the far wing, taken by Woods on the right side. His pass overlapping on the outside goes Shack, drawing it down to the far end of the box, and now across down in front, but grabbed off his 2 by Vallow as he catches it right in the chest.
I like the move of Howes going up top. Menyonger now the withdrawn striker. Someone's got to step in and be that creative midfielder. We'll see if it's Menyonger. That's not out of bounds. That's a bad call.
Yeah, it got away, but the flag in the air, and it certainly looked like it was rolling right along the line.
And the assistant 10 yards away. You could see it from up here. That was clearly in bounds.
On the near wing, it's knocked loose, and it touched the line still. Now blocked away and out off of Ball, so it'll be a throw-in for the Mariners. The near side of midfield. 48th minute of Paytech and scoreless. Long on the left wing side, deep to the corner. Birch and Newsom battle, and Newsom tips it out over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of tonight's broadcast include Foodlink, Abundant Shared, the Farish Group. Relax and enjoy stress-free living in your Farish apartment. See them all at Farish.com. My Free Time Magazine, Western New York's art and entertainment guide. And also brought to you in part by the Distillery, now open in Greece at Ridge Road and I-390. Ballo with the kick through midfield. Miklos up, hits it back into Rhino territory. That's to our left in the second half. That's popped up in the air. Sanfilippo turns back, knocks it aside, and then he spins with the right foot, drives it high in the air to the center circle. That's headed aside to Dozian for Howes. Rolls it to the outside of the near wing for Martinez. As he's watched 1v1 with Lowe, pass toward the middle. Menyonger turns it to the outside again up the near wing. Sanfilippo on the right side, working near the corner to the end line goes Martinez, now double teamed. Put it away off the foot of the Mariner and out over the end line. It's a corner kick for the Rhinos.
Very slow, really no rhythm yet from each side. The Rhinos, Martinez and Sanfilippo, the last time making the same runs into the same space. You're taking one player out of an attacking position there.
Lines with the left foot. He serves it up for the back post. That's punched away and out to the 20. Howe spins back to the left foot roller in. It's grabbed, diving to his left was the keeper, Nelson, as he dove to his left and came up with the ball.
Nice save by the keeper, House. Does a nice job. He cuts back around the defender at the top of the 18, cuts back with the right to the left, sees the opening, and Nelson's got to get that through a crowd of people, as it's a very difficult save to make through all that traffic. Still Nelson on the mark there for the Virginia Beach Mariners.
Sanfilippo into the center circle for Ball, turns it to the outside of the left wing for Perry, moving forward toward midfield. Pass through the circle again for Ball up the right wing, and he'll draw it ahead for Adosian. One touch back to the outside for Sanfilippo. To the 35, to the 30, going to the outside, trying to break through. At the near end of the box, chasing it to the end line, gets across away, but it hits the outside of the net. Nice run by Sanfilippo, and he puts it about a foot behind the near post.
You know, there was a little contact, too. Sanfilippo's the kind of player who's not going to take the tumble there, but if he goes down, you're looking at possibly a penalty kick there, but Frankie Sanfilippo runs through the challenge, continues on his overlapping run there, and the cross just a little off the mark as he got deep into Virginia Beach's box.
Goal kick for the Mariners. We're in the 51st minute, still scoreless at Paytech. With the right foot, hammered out through midfield. That's a flick forward by Shack, then tipped to the outside off of Briand. Moving up is Woods, and he'll draw it down to the Rochester 30. Turning near the end line as the ball rolls out, and that'll be off of the Mariners and out. So a throw in for the Rhinos, and make that for the Mariners on the far side.
Jay Hoffman, the coach of the Virginia Beach Mariners, has come in, really taking over a team last year that was going nowhere, or 2 years ago, and he's done a great job turning things around.
Frost through in front, comes out the near side, moving in underneath, and Martinez turns to get away from Miklos. He'll sneak it off on the near wing, and Sanfilippo tries to draw it back in the middle. Then Dambuski make that Hutchinson puts it off of Sanfilippo and out. Quick throw in, taken by Hutchinson, but the Rhinos will steal it right back. Ball on the near wing, drawing it ahead. Bump from behind and knocked down by Briand. Foul is called.
You see Briand there. He creates the foul, doesn't let the Rhinos get away with the quick restart. Steps right in front of John Ball. Lets Virginia Beach set up defensively.
Dosian circling around, but by the time he circles, he's got three players on him, and they take the ball away. Ahead is Mack, turns it to the outside, down to the 20, trying to get a shot away, blocked by Perry out the far end of the 18. The ball rolling to the corner. Perry gets there in time to keep it in play. Sneaks a pass ahead for Palguda up the left wing side. Chips one ahead for Adosian. Blocks it off the chest to Lines. From his own 35, rolls it ahead across midfield, but House had turned the other way. Didn't see the ball coming, and it's picked off at midfield by the Mariners. Back in the middle, Dambuski to Demon. On the near side for Lowe. 52nd minute and no score here at Paytech. Demon, the former Rhino.
And looking down at the Rhinos bench, every possible sub loosening up right now. Coach Callaway not happy with what he sees right now with the starting 11.
That's driven through the middle off on the near side. Bouncing ball taken by Miklos, 20 yards out, the near end of the box. Miklos switching it to the right foot and a pass to the middle. Briand tried to slot it through to Newsom. Gets it back along the 18. Spinning around, trying to get back to the left foot. Takes a shot in and grabbed by Vallow as he dives to his left and comes down with it on the line.
Briand trying to make something happen. He's got 4 Rhinos defenders marking him. Does a quick little spin move top of the 18. Goes to his left foot. Just doesn't get enough power to get it behind Vallow.
Sanfilippo off the right side. Chips it across midfield. Martinez running under the ball. And trying to feed it in behind for Adosian, but getting back to knock it away is Demon. His feet along the near wing for Miklos. Mariners have the ball on their own end of the field, and Demon drops it back. It's allowed to roll by Dambuski back to the keeper. Nelson with the right foot drives it out through midfield, but right to Perry. His own side of the midfield line. Feeds it ahead for Ball. One touch right back in the middle for Burtz. Looks around, and he'll feed it across midfield for Howes. Touching it in the center circle for Ball. Drops it back across midfield, and stepping up is Perry. Across midfield into Mariner territory. Pass ahead for Lyons, but that's headed away. Nice interception there. Headed all the way back downfield into Rhino territory.
This game needs a goal to open things up and liven things up here. Virginia Beach is content to just clog the midfield. The Rhinos having trouble finding a way to get through, and that's just slowing down the pace. A goal loosens things up, forces teams to do some different attacking things.
Sanfilippo across midfield for Menyonger. Turn to the outside of the near wing for Martinez. Return pass Menyonger. Drawing it forward. Pass to the outside for Adosian along the near touchline. Tried the return pass and gets it away to Martinez in the middle. As he's sent flying with a collision from Demon, the foul is called. So it'll be a restart for the Rhinos. 20 yards out off the right wing side.
That's a big shoulder challenge there from the big man, Craig Demon. And then Martinez gets an earful from Hutchison, the defender. Demon just comes in with the left
bulldozer.
Shoulder. Yeah, left knocking Ray Martinez completely off the ball. And Lowe and Martinez still jawing at one another.
Mariners have a 3-man wall at the near corner of the box. They're moved back a couple of yards now by the Mariners. But they are reluctantly moving back. Now it's a 2-man wall. Lyons is there. Ball is there. Lyons will take it with the left foot. Goes in, and that's headed away out of the box. Moving in underneath it, Sanfilippo 30 yards out. As he's challenged by Newsom, turns back, still has the ball, drawing it forward. Slots it through to Menyonger, spins away inside the 18, pass in the middle. Drawing it forward, trying to get loose. Was Sanfilippo, and it rolled away off of his foot out over the end line. And a goal kick for the Mariners.
I'm going to say it again, Don. It's too many touches inside the 18. The spin by Menyonger. Spin and fire away. That time Menyonger. Again, another touch. You don't have enough space to have all those touches in the 18.
Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Yoma, the official uniform supplier to the Rhinos, available at Eurotech in the Rochester Sports Garden, by Clarion Riverside Hotel across the street from the Rochester Convention Center, and by the Personal Health Approach, Rochester's upscale health club at 3450 Winton Place. Call 232-8888.
You're not going to find better opportunities inside the 18. You've got to take them. You've got to be a little more courageous and go for it.
Long service downfield. Burtz, Adosian heads it. Howes sneaks it through. Menyonger after it. Down to the 6, but diving in to knock it down is Nelson. And Menyonger couldn't quite reach it.
Good quick one touch, though, from Howes. The ball's in the air. Takes a quick look. He sees Menyonger streaking in. Plays it one time out of the air. A little deflection there. Slows the ball down, but Nelson gets himself nice and big to make the save.
Lyons drops it off his own side of midfield for Perry and up the left wing. Now good across midfield. Pass ahead is blocked, but now taken away by the Mariners. It dropped back by Dambuski for his keeper. From the 6th, Nelson. He shanked it away off the outside of his foot. Into the stands, and it's spinning and comes down out over the touchline deep in the corner. A throw in for the Rhinos.
Big mistake there. That's almost a corner kick. The way side of the boot of Matt Nelson. Now Kenny Burtz gets his first look here at the long throwing deep in Virginia Beach territory. Again, Delicott not in. So Pellman at the corner of the 6th to flick it on to the players who should be on rushing on the back door.
57th minute of Paytech and no corner. Wants the referee to move the Virginia Beach player Briand back a couple of yards. What's the ruling? How far back from the line do you have to be?
Normally it's 2 yards. Looks like he's getting more than that. Looks like he's getting 3 or 4.
All right, so Burtz takes the throw in inside the 6. Hit ball in. Whoa! One hopper scooped off the line by the keeper Nelson, and the head ball from, I think it was Aaron Lyons.
Yeah, Lyons really an unlikely kick there. About 8 yards out. Drives it hard and low like you should. It's just right at the keeper. after the long bomb thrown by Kenny Burtz. Nelson, good action save.
Lighted across midfield. Perry heads it forward. Palguda nods it forward to Menyonger. Tried to reach in, but that's popped up in the air. Comes down in the center circle. Stepping in underneath the ball with a pass ahead, but again blocked away by the Mariners. Flicked forward by Brion. Newsom trying to get back, but Burtz is there for the Rhinos. And a collision, ball and Newsom collide, and the ball deflected aside, but a foul was called on the Mariners. So the restart for the Rhinos.
This has not been a great night for John Ball. Normally, he's the buzz. He creates a lot of things for the Rhinos down the flanks. He's in the middle tonight. Usually he should get more touches in the middle, but really a bit lost in some of his services, almost forcing the ball a bit too much.
The Rhinos are going to have their first sub coming up here in a moment. Cross on the near side to Delicott, spinning back with the ball to get away from Miklos. Turning around, Menyonger feeds it ahead. It's Sanfilippo on the right side. Spinning in behind the ball, Martinez near end of the box with the right foot across with the back post. Hit ball in, blocked away. At top lines with the left foot. Drives it, it does blocked away at the end line. Then hammered in the air now. Now the Rhinos coming close right there. Played off in the far wing. Perry for ball. Hits it back to Jason Perry. And return pass in the middle for ball. Drops it to his own side of midfield for Burtz. He'll touch it off on the left wing side for Perry. Turns to get away from Brion. With the right foot, long service downfield once again, all the way down inside the 18. But Dozier is in behind and an offside against the Rhinos.
Close one there, but Dozier maybe a step behind. But that last rush there, Lines, great opportunity. Just so many bodies in front of the goal. Nice job to settle it. Went for the powerful shot. There's too much traffic in front.
And the Mariners also making a substitution as Simmons will come in here in the 59th minute. Greg Simmons, who has accounted for most of the scoring for this team, has 9 goals coming into tonight. And checking out is Miklos.
Big change up top now for the Rhinos. Dozier, who got a bit of a surprise start, I think, tonight after coming off the bench last week, doing a great job. Delicott comes on for Connolly and Dozier.
So each team bringing in their leading scorer on the season.
Substitution for your Rochester Raging Rhinos.
You see if that changes things up a little bit.
Bonsu now also coming on for Perry. Perry playing about 60 minutes tonight again. He's been hampered by injuries, so he's got to really watch how long he can go. Perry did a great job defensively tonight. I think he anticipated some great balls and very, very strong marking in the back.
Ball flighted away downfield, headed up in the air. That's nodded to the outside by Ball, flicked forward by Lines, but stepping up is Woods for the Mariners. As he gets tangled up with Menyonger, the ball is loose. And a lot of pushing and shoving going on. Foul is called on the Rhinos. It'll be a free kick for the Mariners, about 25 yards out, a little bit to the right of center.
Now Virginia Beach going with 2 traditional forwards in Simmons and Newsom. Before, it was just Newsom up top with players flanking in. This time, the traditional setup, a 4-4-2 for Jay Hoffman.
Ball is placed. Simmons is set. Right-footed kicker.
Simmons can hit these. He's got some power and some accuracy.
Got a pretty long leg behind the shot. Goes for it, and it hits the outside of the net. He spun it about 2 outside the right post.
Good effort there. Vallow saw it the whole way, had a good wall set up, not giving Simmons any sort of angle to look at on that free kick.
So, goal kick for the Rhinos. Battle setting the ball.
The Rhinos now definitely going with 3 in the back. Bonsu on the left. Burtz centrally. Sanfilippo on the right. Palguda pushes up to that left midfield position.
Right ahead off the right side. Here come the Mariners on the attack. It's tipped down along the 18, but Sanfilippo back with the left foot, pops it in the air out toward the center circle. Headed aside by Hutchinson. However, Lines on the other side takes it away for the Rhinos. Drops it for Menyonger. Out to midfield. Howes, one touch to the outside for Palguda up the left wing. Spins back with the ball, drawing it off in the middle for Menyonger. Through midfield. Pass ahead, slotted through to Howes. Down to the 20, goes to the outside, and moving on to the ball is Martinez near the end line. Here's Chip down along the 6. That's headed away out of the box on the near wing. And dropped to the end line again, but getting to it is low to bang it with the left foot on the near side. It'll spin out of bounds. No, never did make it out of bounds. And Sanfilippo at midfield, pass along the near wing for John Ball. He's watched there, rolls it along the touchline. Rolled out over the line, just barely.
I don't even know if that was out again.
Again, it looked like it was rolling right along the line.
The referee's assistant, he's in a perfect spot. He sees it better than us. Very close call.
Throwing across midfield. Sanfilippo heads it back toward the middle. And stepping up is Hutchinson to head it across midfield. Nodded to the outside by Bonsu on the near wing. Sanfilippo back. He'll roll it back to the keeper. Nano has to first time it away. Out near midfield, Lyons run up the back by Shack. No call once again. The ball played off in the middle for Briand. He turns to his right. Bothered by Birch, who steps in behind them. Birch is pulled off the ball, and the foul is called on Briand.
Now another little shift in the Virginia Beach formation. Newsom has dropped back into a midfield role. He looks like he's a little tired. So if the Rhinos can kind of capitalize on that central midfield position, Johnny Ball may have some space to either put something on frame or create something. Newsom a little soft in the marking here in the middle of the park.
63rd minute, no score. Headed aside of midfield. Sanfilippo on the right wing for Martinez. Trying to sneak it through. Touched by along the near touchline by Menyonger. Spins back toward the middle. Lyons takes it. Double team. The ball knocked loose. Lyons still after it. Now he's taken down. Ball comes loose again. Martinez and a tackle there by Lowe. Came in, studs up, and the yellow card issued to Lowe as he caught the left leg of Martinez.
That could be grounds for a red card there. Earlier, Martinez and Lowe were getting tangled up, kind of having some words. That's just a retaliation foul. Lowe waited for his chance to get a shot at Ray Martinez. Comes in with a scissors tackle. That's a poor tackle by Lowe. Both legs, studs exposed.
You can see on the replay on the big board overhead, he kicked his right leg out, so he came in, wasn't even sliding, it was direct.
I've seen red cards for less than that.
All right, the restart by John Ball goes high for the back post. Up in the air is Nelson to draw it down. And he'll pick it off at his own 2.
Martinez has no idea that kind of challenge is coming from behind. 2-footed tackle, just the yellow card.
Cross midfield into Rhino territory. Now stepping in to intercept Lyons, but got away from him out of bounds, so a throw in at midfield for the Mariners. 64th minute and no score at Paytech.
Martinez has taken a beating up top, down low. And it's good. It's going to toughen him up. It's one thing Coach Callaway wants to see from Ray Martinez.
And he keeps rolling that left sleeve up still.
I got to talk to him about that.
Maybe it's so he can turn to the left faster or something.
I don't know.
He's a little less wind resistant on that side.
It's the Cuban style.
I don't know. Played to the outside of the near wing as the ball snuck through, but that off of Lowe and out. So it's throwing on the near side for the Rhinos. Martinez quickly for the throw in. Well, he slows it up now. They don't get the quick restart. Has to wait for help to come over. Martinez looks toward the end line. Pass along for Lyons. Knocks it down, and he's tossed aside. And came up, I think he clipped whoever the player is on the top of the head with the elbow. As the Virginia Beach player went down to the pitch. That's Hutchinson. Yep. So the ball is just kicked out of bounds. Lyons comes over and gives Hutchinson a little rub on the head.
It was kind of an awkward situation there. Lyons really tried to change directions quickly. Hutchinson kept coming. See, Lyons tries to cut back to his right. And then there's an elbow that comes through on the follow-through. No intent to injure the Virginia Beach player. Just some contact. Hutchinson is up, and he'll be fine.
66th minute. Martinez takes the throw in. He just throws it down to the end line. So Craig Demon for the Mariners will bring it away. As play picks up again with the right foot, he'll send it out through midfield. Off they go as Newsom blocks ball off the ball. Has deflected away in the middle. Simmons taken down by Bonsu. And Simmons slow getting up. As play picks up again, no, the referee slowing it down, and he's going to have words with somebody.
He's talking to Lyons, but it was Bonsu who came in on the challenge against Craig Simmons. And Virginia Beach, that's ball. I'm watching the replay on the big screen again here. That is ball first, then the man. And it didn't happen in a great speed where the referee would miss that. I'm surprised.
Right-footed cross down along the Rhino 20, but that's headed away and out. Stepping in is Shack, moving it forward. Goes to the outside, the far end of the box, and it rolls to the end line. Will they get there in time? Nope. Out over the end line, a goal kick for the Rhinos. Again, sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Time Warner. Get all-in-one digital cable, digital phone, and Roadrunner. One package, save hundreds. Brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. That's Dodge. And by North Dago, Rochester's full-service realtor.
The Mariners with 32 points, tied for 7th with Atlanta. A little surprised that they really haven't gone a little more offensive, trying to get a playoff spot here. They need the 3 points. They've got Toronto. Maybe they're looking for the draw here tonight in Rochester, and then the win in Toronto. But the way the Lynx have been playing lately, that is no easy task.
I'm sure that Lyons maybe has a cut on his left arm or something. He gets a little treatment, a little water, and right back in the mix. Downo. Rhino keeper to take the kick.
With the 4 points, if they get a tie and a win this weekend, they'll have 36 points. But Seattle at 34 still has 3 games to play. So unique.
I don't think anybody would play for a tie in this situation.
You know what? I don't think he's opening up enough to go for the win, though. I really don't.
Delicate drawing it down near the end line with the left foot, drives it in, but nobody there. However, the whistle across the way is stopped.
Because a tie and a win is not going to get you anywhere with those other teams in 3 games left.
Well, not sure what the call was. Evidently, the ball went out. So it's a throw-in across the way. Simmons with a back heel to keep it in play, and then the ball passed into the center circle. Mack drops it off for Newsom. He's turning to get away from Martinez. Bump, but still gets away. Now chased down from behind by John Ball. Newsom still has it. Rolls it to the outside of the near wing, and Mack with a cross down in front. That flighted over Bonsu, and the ball jammed in off the right foot of Simmons. He shanked it and went in. Just rolled out over the end line. Now Ballo and Bonsu. Nose to nose, they're having some pretty big words. Ballo quite upset with Tinwa Bonsu.
He's right. He's absolutely right. Bonsu has got to do better. At least get your top of the head on the ball, flick it away. It cleanly goes over Bonsu, mistimes his jump. And a guy like Simmons has got to do better than that. He could even settle that thing, blasted it with the right. But Ballo, absolutely right. Let Bonsu know his marking has got to be better.
With the right foot, Ballo drives it out through midfield. As the ball is blocked ahead, taken back by Birch. With the right foot, spins it downfield on the right side. Martinez trying to beat low for the ball as it rolls deep in the right wing corner. Martinez does get to it first. Still 1v1 with Lowe. On the near touchline, waiting for help to catch up. Drops it back on top. Menyonger. Cross down along the 18, moving in ball. Looking to slot it through. Lines with a roller in, but it's knocked down. It looked like a handball. Yes, it is. The handball is called, and it was touched just outside the 18 at the 19, a little bit to the right of center.
Huge opportunity here for the Rhinos. The ball sent into the box from Johnny Paul, and it goes off the hand. I'd love to take a look at that again to see where.
Well, you can just barely see it on the replay overhead.
There's outside the 18. That is the right call.
I think it was the right call. I just couldn't see who it was.
It is the right call. It was the defender. I think it was Lowe who came over. And it is outside the 18. Now the Rhinos, great opportunity about 19 yards away.
And the Mariners building a 19-man wall 2 yards away. The ref saying, back up, and they're just very slowly inching their way backwards. They got to go back a long way yet.
Kyle's about 10 yards away from the ball, taking a look at the wall, seeing what his options are. He's got that power to rifle it through. See what the choice is here for the Rhinos.
You know, that wall doesn't look like it's 10 yards back.
Not even close.
Played on top. House moving in right for the kick. Scores! Touched inside the left post. Did it go off a defender? House picks the lower left corner. Fits it inside the post. And the Rhinos are up 1-0.
It's a nice little touch. Laid off there by John Ball. It's deflected. I believe it was Menyonger who actually deflected it. And it goes in, but that's just a great shot through the traffic. Quick little touch to set it to the side to get Howes that look on goal. And that's a great opportunity. The Rhinos make full dividends there. Howes, the blast hard low. Nelson never saw it.
It looked like it had been touched, as you said, Joe.
It was definitely deflected. It may have been Menyonger off of his chest.
We'll see if it's Howes against the goal or who. So the Rhinos break it open here with a 1-0 lead in the 70th minute. Now back out top for the Mariners. They'll have to open it up now a little bit. Here's the call on the goal.
Scored by number 9.
They do give it to Howes. Howes with the goal.
The assistant number 13, John.
And Ball assisting as the shot was taken off the set piece. Cross midfield come the Rhinos again. At the left wing is Delicate. Has Howes breaking but couldn't get the pass away. Delicate to the outside on the right wing. Howes turning in behind, but a tackle. And the ball is blocked away by Lowe on top and jammed away downfield by Newsom. Back for Palguda. On him is Brian, and Newsom, Palguda with the left foot drives it up into the stands.
I'd put that goal in pencil down. I think they may take a look at it. I thought it was Menyonger who came streaking in there, and it deflected off of him.
I agree with you. I think it definitely was deflected.
So they may take a look at that one and see who gets official credit for the goal, but still. Regardless, at this point of the year and the way the Rhinos have struggled up top, you take them any way you can get them.
Who cares who gets the goal right now? I'm sure Johnny Menyonger would care if he doesn't get credit for it. That's chipped high in the air down inside the 18 and coming down with the ball is Vallo. Rolls it to the outside along the near wing. Palguda pass ahead lines. One touch to the outside for Martinez. Nods it out to midfield. Demon moving in, turns in behind Howes, who then returns with a bump on his own. It comes loose, center circle. Menyonger spins it back to Ball with the right foot on the near side, but it's blocked ahead. However, take it right back by Lyons. Up the right side, and after it goes Martinez. He's being chased there by Woods. Oh, sent flying on a hard tackle from Woods, and this will draw another yellow card.
No, get out of here. That's a red card.
And he came from about 100 yards away across the field and just wiped out Martinez. He had nothing but Martinez in line.
Absolute 100% rubbish. The ball is 3 yards ahead of Woods. You can see comes in with the right foot. No chance for Martinez. Absolute garbage. Martinez has been hammered left and right. Terrible call. Terrible.
Well, the ref, rather than drawing the red card, he helps Martinez up. Well, I'll tell you what. Woods had nothing in his mind except going straight for Ray Martinez.
With the pace of Martinez, the ball was pushed around. Woods tried to come in at an angle, took a poor angle, and Martinez was clear down the flank. And then there's no foul or no red card given. Woods, very lucky, only to see yellow. As technically, he could have been considered the last defender back.
Kick from 10 yards out the right wing side. Lyons with the left foot low in the box and booted away out on the near side. Chased after Briand back, but ball gets there first, and Briand lost it off his foot and out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos, 35 yards out off the right wing side.
There's
74th minute, Rhinos up 1-0.
A lot of late challenges off the ball and some cheeky little things in there, too. The Rhinos just got to keep their composure. They've got the lead. Let Virginia play that style and try to stick another one in the net.
Ball drops it back at midfield. Birch goes long to the left wing side. Balguda underneath it as he collides with Woods. The ball up in the air is headed on the far side and out of bounds. Throw in for the Rhinos, 45 yards out off the left wing.
And now the Rhinos, they control the tempo of the game with the lead. Virginia Beach needs to come to them.
Run around to the far end of the box, moving in. Howes a roller along the 6, but it's then booted away by Lowe off on the far side. Balguda in underneath it. Nods it to the outside again. Greg Howes down about the 15. Cross along the 18 in the middle for Menyonger as he tried to settle the ball to feed. Blocked away, but turns and takes it right back. Menyonger down to the 18. Turns it to the outside. Howes another cross along the 18 on the near side. Nodded away on the near wing. Rolling, and the near side. Ball gets to it to keep it in. On the right wing side. Looks to the corner. A pass ahead for Martinez. Spins around. Drops it back for John Ball. Toward the middle. 20 yards out for Lyons. Rolls it out top around the 30 for Menyonger. And he'll drive back in the center circle for Bonsu. Pass ahead. Menyonger touching into the near wing for Sanfilippo. 75th minute. The Rhinos have just scored here to take a 1-0 lead. Menyonger on the near wing ahead for Ball down to the 35. As he's double teamed, turns back toward midfield, drops it to his own side of midfield, where it's taken by Birch and long up the right wing, but headed away by Shack. In the middle, Lyons trying to get to it, knocked away by Delicott as he checks back, and his feed goes to Palguda. Pass in the middle, 25 yards out, Delicott dropping it off for Menyonger. Switches back to the left foot. Pass ahead. Down to the 20 for Howes. Moves inside the 18. Look for the roller. Trickles by the right post and out over the end line.
This is huge possession for the Rhinos, and it's in Virginia Beach territory. A lot of possession. Howes, again, cuts it to the left, finds the space, gets around the defender, just wide of the net. But again, the possession, the Rhinos with all day to set this thing up, eating away valuable time off of that clock.
These games are brought to you in part by Phoenix Graphics for all your printing needs. Mollier Chevrolet Buick, West Main Street in Honeyway Falls, or online at Mollier.com. And also by Harry's Ice Cream. Life's a bowl of Harry's.
Jay Hoffman really changing things up now. Dan Buskey, the defender, coming off for Pato Aguilera, the creative midfielder. So now Jay Hoffman decided to go with a little more attack. Down 1-0, still huge playoff opportunity on the line.
Out of midfield, another former Rhino on the pitch. Denman is there. Simmons is there. Now Pato Aguilera. As the ball knotted into Rhino territory, off in the near corner, chased down by Birch. Letting it roll and plays it out on the near side, but nobody can get to it. It's out of bounds. Throw in for the Mariners from the Rhino 25 on the near side. Newsom with the throw in on the near touch line. Trying to get away to the end line is Mack, and Sanfilippo kicks it away and out. Throw in from 10 yards out off the near side by the Mariners.
Now Pato will be camped out behind the forwards. Look for him to create and be very creative with his distribution also for some shots.
Headed away by Lyons, but blocked down. And left-footed kick in by Lowe, but that's about 10 feet over top of the crossbar. So a giveaway by the Rhinos could have been costly.
Yeah, the Rhinos have been a little suspect at times late in the match, trying to protect the lead. If it's going to get solid, now is the time. The playoffs approaching. The Rhinos really need to stay solid in the back and protect the lead. Coach Callaway called over Greg House to make those final adjustments here in the last 12, 13 minutes.
1-0 lead for the Rhinos. 78th minute. And the Rhinos with 12 shots, Mariners with 8. Ballard with the right foot. Sends it out through midfield. High floater coming down to the midfield line and nodded forward. Trying to slot it through to Simmons, but Sanfilippo is back. And then he just turns and boots it up into the stands on the near wing. Throw in for the Mariners. Aguilera back out toward the midfield line for Lowe with the left foot. Pass down, coming down around the 18, headed in the air. Going to the end line and grabbed on one big bounce by Vallo. So the Rhino keeper has the ball.
The Rhinos now, Pelguda has shifted to the left side, so 4 in the back. Delicate, the lone forward, lines. And Martinez on the flank. So really 5 in the midfield now for Laurie Callaway.
Vallo got a little bit too underneath that one. His high kick didn't even come out across midfield. It's picked up and carried into Rhino territory once again by the Mariners along the near side. After it, Mack with a pass in the middle. On the 35, Hutchinson lets it roll to the outside of the right wing for Woods. Drawing it forward, sends it down inside. And that's knotted away out the near end of the box by Ball. After it, Mack getting to it along the near touch line. Ryan Mack 35 yards out on the near side. As he has nobody challenging him now, drops it back into the center circle for Demon. Delicate on him. Demon long downfield, stepping in off the foot of Bonsu, bouncing toward the end line. Pelguda gets to it, just in time at the end line to save it, and kicks it out over the touchline. So a throw in deep in the far corner for the Mariners.
Bonsu a little off touch there. Pelguda saving him there.
And Simmons drops it back outside the box again, cross in front, but that off of Pelguda and out, so this time creates the corner kick for the Mariners.
Good defending, Scott Pelguda. The last 2 rushes by Virginia Beach. He's been there to destroy any kind of attack. Pelguda's had a solid night, whether it's been at that outside midfield position or also playing in the back.
Corner. Brian, right-footed kicker, rolls it out top. On the far side, here's a left-footed service down inside. That's headed away and out by Pelguda at the far end of the box again. Left-footed in front, but Howes is there to block it away. With the left foot, drives it away, all the way out and downfield across midfield. Back for it goes Pato. Aguilera for the Mariners out across the midfield line. Chips it upfield and headed away by Bonsu. Howes with the right foot spins and pass out to center field in the midfield circle. Delicate nods it to the outside for Lyons. On the left wing, as we're now in the 80th minute, drop back at the midfield line and stepping up. Pass ahead, Pelguda to Menyonger toward the center circle for Howes, who looks like he switched back to a defensive role now. And feet right side for Lyons.
Good overlapping run by Martinez here. He draws the defender. Sanfilippo can continue with the dribble. Good move.
Delicate dropping it off for Sanfilippo, but it got away from him and played out of the near side for Newsom. Ball steps in to knock it loose, and Howes takes it away. On the right side, pass in the middle for Delicate. As he is being manhandled there by Demon, the ball knocked away, but chipped forward by Howes and down inside the 18, where it's grabbed on the fly by the keeper Nelson, thrown out on the near side for Mack at midfield. Sanfilippo stepping back, but Birch gets his foot under to pop it up in the air. Coming down to the center circle, Delicate able to nod it forward. However, that comes loose, and Demon drives it across midfield, and it's played the other way. Again, the Demon heads it forward, and the Mariners out near midfield for Mack, across midfield to Newsom. In the center circle, goes to the right for Pato Aguilera. Drawing it forward as Woods overlaps on the right side. Aguilera rolls it to the outside, the far end of the box. Here's a high chip through the 6 and comes out over the end line into the stands out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos.
Woods has got to do better there. As Simmons, I don't know how, found some space wide open at the 6 of the cross. Luckily for the Rhinos, is way off the mark as the Mariners go to the bench again.
Herman coming in, and Mack is out in the 81st minute.
Herman listed as a forward. We'll see where he takes up on the field. Mack, a midfielder, very busy midfielder. Herman's going to set up on the left flank.
All right, so Vallo now in the 82nd minute. Right-footed kick. He'll flight it out through midfield. Delicate able to flick it away off on the far side, but underneath it, Woods being chased by Lyons. Out across midfield, stepping in. Pelguda drives it away downfield. Menyonger after it, doesn't get to it. And Demon for the Mariners with the right foot pops it high across midfield. Bonsu heads it to the outside, and Howes will volley it across midfield. All left wing corner. Delicate and Demon collide as Demon, as he gets to it, just barely able to keep it in. Then his kick off the foot of Delicate out over the end line creates the goal kick for the Mariners.
That's two very big men getting tangled up in the corner there. Demon and Delicate, that's the second time they've met shoulder to shoulder. They bumped very hard. Neither one giving an inch. Strong play by both of those guys.
Been watching Demon a little bit. He looks in pretty good shape. He looks like he's got plenty of speed. He might be back to maybe his old form.
That's good news for Virginia Beach and for Craig. It's good to see him do well.
Front forward Menyonger able to chip it ahead, but Delicate's in behind offside against the Rhinos.
Just a split-second decision there. Referee's assistant seeing Delicate just a step behind the Virginia Beach defense.
83rd minute. And when you have a one-goal lead, isn't it amazing how slow the clock goes?
And Virginia Beach, I think they think the other way around.
Well, exactly. Pass up the near side for Herman into Rhino territory. On the left wing, turning toward the middle, trying to get away from Sanfilippo. He'll draw it back on the near side for Lowe. With the left foot, sends it down inside, but short hop on the ball, and Birch will boot it away to the center circle. Delicate able to nod it aside. However, no help there. His back forward is Woods for the Mariners in the middle. Dambuski, no, that can't be. He's out. Hutchinson up the right side, deep to the far corner. There's a cross by Aguilera through the 6 out the near side and over the end line again. So another goal kick coming up for the Rhinos. 83rd minute. And a slim 1-0 lead for the Rhinos.
Jay Hoffman takes his place back on the bench. That's the second rush now. The Mariners have done a good job finding some space on the flanks. Just the last cross has been way off the mark.
Well, Vallow saying I can't find the ball, so coming downfield is Simmons. Behind the net, he picks it up and hands it to Vallow.
Interesting night tonight. Ray Martinez has taken a beating. A kick to the shoulder, the ankles, the knees. It's been everything, and it's good to see him still playing and playing strong.
Delicate flicks it up the left side. Now he's playing with two sleeves pulled down. On the left wing, it's Lines. Drawing it toward the end line, but tackled away and out of bounds by Lowe. So across the way, it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos.
He's got to find any kind of protection he can now. First it was the upper body. Now the lower body taking tumbles to the turf.
Lines of the throw-in out the left wing side, 18 yards out. Goes to the corner for Howes, who moved up to help out. Deep in the corner, being double-teamed. Has the ball in the corner, wasting as much time as possible. Draws it along the end line, and he's tackled away and out. On a tackle right there, a hard tackle by Woods. That's over the end line, and foul is called.
Absolutely. Woods, how can he disagree with the official? As Howes, a nice little spin move, gets around, and Woods has got to be careful. He's on a yellow card now.
I was going to say, the way the ref came in, I thought he was going to pull the card out.
Again, no intent to play the ball. Howes is streaking towards goal. Woods is very, very fortunate not to pick up a second yellow.
Well, this is a very short corner kick right here for the Rhinos. It's about 20 yards in from the touchline. With the right foot. Here's the cross down inside along the 6, and it's headed away by Demon. Rolls off on the near side and out. So a throw in for the Rhinos on the near side, 25 yards out. 85th minute. Here at Paytech, and a 1-0 lead for the Rhinos.
Greg Howes wanted the quick restart. He was waiting for the ball from Johnny Ball, but I think a good choice by the Rhinos midfielder. Ball, the Rhinos with the lead late in the game. Take your time, set this thing up.
Sanfilippo with a throw into the corner. Martinez is blocked away, couldn't get to it, so it's out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Mariners.
Now Newsom pushing up alongside of Simmons, Aguilera also, and Herman up. So Virginia Beach throwing some numbers forward.
Ball flighted through, then headed away by Bonsu to the center circle. That's settled by Simmons. Hopped up in the air, coming down the circle, and Woods up the right side as he's chased by Lines, drawing it down to the 30, to the 25, and across down along the 6. Hit it in the air by Sanfilippo. Up top, Simmons moving in. And hit her again, knocked down off a hand. And the whistle to stop play, handball, and the restart for the Rhinos. And one bouncing up and hit Herman on the arm. Now we get some pushing and shoving going on as Howes wants the ball for the restart, and Briand won't give it to him.
Hey, Briand can waste his time. That's fine.
All right, so Vallow has the ball at his 18. Now the 86th minute. Rhinos trying to hold on to get back on the winning side of things here.
Talk about a very difficult year. Coach Callaway has had a lot of ups and downs. And now the Rhinos still standing in second place, but taking a lot of criticism, not scoring enough goals.
That ball slotted through, moving in Menyonger. Draws it to his left. He's got to hold it to shoot it. Scores! Johnny Menyonger puts it away, and the Rhinos have a little insurance.
It's just a long ball played upfield. It's flicked on. Menyonger keeps himself onside. Times the run beautifully. He's 1v1 with the goalkeeper. And then a little flick from Delicott. That's what the big man brings to you. Off of the ball, Menyonger. A little shake to his left. Nelson goes down. He neatly tucks it away. But that's the situation the Reynolds have been looking for all year. Find the guy who can play off of the big Matthew Delicott. Nelson bites hard to his left. Menyonger neatly tucks it away with the inside of the left foot. This one's over, Don.
Menyonger with his 4th of the year. Delicott should get the assist, which would give him 19 points on the season. So the Rhinos up 2-0. How long has it been since the Rhinos have had a 2-goal lead?
But the composure of Menyonger inside the 18 takes him on, beautifully finishes.
So Menyonger gets the goal.
That's Menyonger on.
And they say unassisted, but Delicott certainly got a tip on it. You can see it in the replay also, can't you?
Now another one. Let's take a look at the pencil. Don't ink that one in.
And you know what? The other thing is Menyonger might have both goals.
Good point.
Played away on the near side, brought forward by Herman.
Really got to take a good look at both of those goals.
Cross midfield. Howe stepping in, knocks it away now. Throw in on the near side for the Mariners now at the 88th minute. So the Rhinos just need to hold on here for another couple of moments. Herman along the near side to Simmons, spin around. On the right side, trying to sneak it through. He does to Aguilera. As he's bothered, drops it back out around the 35 and on the near wing for Lowe. With the left foot, drives it down to the 18. Headed away by Bonsu. And Howe's in underneath it. Turns back with the ball, pops up in the air, comes out on the near side again, chasing after it. With the right foot, hammers it away and downfield. Rolling to the corner, way out in the corner is the keeper, Nelson. Delicott's on him, and rolls out over the end line. It'll be a goal kick.
I tell you, that's the mix that the Rhinos have been looking for all year. Delicott, let him get in there, muck it up, and do all the dirty work. Run off of his hard work. Menyonger did it beautifully there. And you saw the results. Great goal.
Fired away by Nelson through midfield. Collision, but Bonsu nods it back in the center circle. Hutchinson heads it in the air. Underneath it is Lines, and the Mariners still have a player down, but Menyonger up the left side, drawing it down to the far end of the 18. As he turns around to the outside of the corner, lays it off on the far wing. Line still has the ball. Looks it over. He'll draw it back out on the far side again. Rhino still with it. The Lines along the left touchline. It's Newsom that is up and limping now. Play goes on, knocked away, and rolls out of bounds.
And, you know, you got to say this. Virginia Beach, for a team that is really fighting for their playoff lives, I didn't see any urgency. They clogged the midfield. That was about it. They slowed the Rhinos down. I didn't see enough urgency, really, on their part to find a playoff spot.
Well, really, they've come to a grinding halt in their season here, the last few games. They have only one win in their last 8, and that was a game at Montreal, a 1-0 win. But scoring, they have only scored 2 goals in the last 5 games.
And in that game in Montreal, they were shellacked. Montreal had chance after chance. They just couldn't score. Virginia Beach making Brion's goal stand up in that one.
Foul is called. Restart for the Rhinos. 35 yards out off the left wing side. 90. As the clock is stopping at 90. And we'll have stoppage time of 3 minutes. 3 minutes additional time.
3 minutes of stoppage.
Turn to the outside along the left wing. And the Rhinos up 2-0. Right up there is Lines as the ball knocked away out of bounds, or rather that was ball and knocked out, and a throw in for the Mariners. Not the throw in right to Valguda, heads it in the air, and then in turn it's knotted across midfield. Bonsu headed aside. Howe's at it, picked off his foot. It's driven across midfield by Aguilera, and a pass on the right side after it goes Briand. Down to the 25, to the 20, watched by Bonsu. Turns it toward the middle, still has it. Switching and sends it down inside the 18. Simmons draws it to the outside again. Aguilera across along the 6, on the near side. Head ball up in the air, comes out of the near wing. There's a right-footed kick by Lowe, but what's he going for? A field goal?
That's the second time Lowe has just been way off the mark. And you can see why Virginia Beach has only scored a couple of goals in their last few games.
So a goal kick for the Rhinos. We're in stoppage time. And the Rhinos, with that goal by Menyonger, pretty much putting the game away.
The referee is telling Velo, get the ball in play. Scott's like, don't give me a yellow card here. I've got no ball at my feet to play.
The ball actually went out through the tunnelway in the stands.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. All right, finally he gets the ball. Well, I think the ref was saying, he saw Vallo do it before where the ball was behind the net. Vallo was...
This time I'm going to side with Scotty Vallo. Not his fault.
Yep. Flighted through midfield. Headed in the air off on the far side. Shack will draw it out across midfield. With the right foot, delivers downfield. Burtson tying up with Simmons, moving in. Vallow slides in under the ball. Got away from him, and he turns and pounces on it. Boy, almost. That was a dangerous situation as Vallow were going head right nose to nose. A game of chicken with Simmons.
That's why you got to be a little off the mark to be a keeper. Simmons coming in with the boots up. Vallow not backing down at all. Great stuff.
Turned along the end line. Palguda trying to get a foot on it, but is blocked out over the end line, and that was just played away and out by the Mariners, so it'll be a free kick, a goal kick rather, for the Rhinos. Stoppage time, and Rochester up 2-0.
Big 3 points here for the Rhinos if they can hold on and get some momentum, get some rhythm going. They found the back of the net. Now the confidence has got to come along with the finishing.
Vallow backing up on the ball. Rochester certainly hoping that Montreal either will lose or tie their last game of the season, and the Rhinos would win out, and they would have an opportunity of gaining first place. Howes long downfield. Menyonger trying to get behind Demon. Demon moving in, blocks the ball for the keeper, Nelson. As it rolls out on the near side. Lowe ahead with it. And he's run off the ball by Delicott. Lowe still battling, drops it back to Demon. Near end of the 18 with the left foot. He'll just hammer it up into the stands on the near side, so it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. Just across midfield into Virginia Beach territory. Martinez with the throw-in. He's going to leave it there for Greg Howes. Howes on the near side to take the throw-in. Goes short to Martinez. He'll then pop it in the air for the corner, but biked away. However, Menyonger in underneath it. Slots it down inside. Lions couldn't get to it. Its rolling ball is scooped up by Nelson. Throws it off on the far side to Woods. On the right wing across midfield. Pato. Tackle on the ball by Palguda to steal it away. The Rhinos have it.
Scotty Palguda's been great tonight.
Across midfield out of the near side. Delicott tried to touch it back in the middle, but it's blocked away. And now rolling to the end line. There's the whistle, and the game is over. And the Rhinos come up with a win here tonight. Wow, great win for the Rhinos as they have defeated the Virginia Beach Mariners by a 2-0 score. And the Rhinos now have a record over 500 again this season. 11 wins, 4 losses, and 10 ties, and 43 points, cementing their hold on the second spot in the league. But most importantly, the Rhinos, for the 11th straight season, have gained a playoff spot. That's 11 years of existence, and 11 years the Rhinos have made the playoffs, clinching that spot tonight.
That's great stuff. Consistency, a great club over the years, and again, the goal's key tonight. Now the Rhinos got to build off of that and continue on the playoff push.
So tonight at Paytech Park, the final score: the Rochester Rhinos 2, the Virginia Beach Mariners 0. And this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Now tonight at Paytech Park, the Rhinos put it together and come away with a 2-0 win over the Virginia Beach Mariners. Again for the Rhinos, now in 25 games played. 25 games played. The record: 11 wins, 4 losses, 10 ties, 43 points. And the Rhinos now with 43 have really cemented a little bit their hold on second place. Although Vancouver with only 2 games left, they still have an opportunity, of course, of passing the Rhinos. But Rochester with 43 points have moved into sole possession of second. Virginia Beach Mariners trying to gain a playoff spot, and their chances have not been helped here this evening as they lose this one. Now an 8-11-8 record, and in 27 games played, have 32 points at this point, 2 points behind Seattle for the final playoff spot. So they'll have to have a win. They'll have to get a whole lot of help the rest of the way in order to be able to make the playoffs.
You mean to tell me if Virginia Beach was on the line for the playoffs, that they didn't show anything tonight. To be on the line with a playoff opportunity and play like you did, a little too conservative. I think they really tonight hurt themselves as far as playoffs are concerned.
All right, was the case that they didn't play that well, or the Rhinos actually did play well?
The Rhinos played well, but that midfield formation tells me that he wants to slow the things down and go with one forward. You're not looking to attack and make things happen. But the Rhinos played an okay game tonight. They did what they had to do. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't exciting. The first half definitely was not explosive. But again, when the Rhinos exploded in the first half, we've seen them come away with no goals or give up a very poor goal at a bad time.
They become very frustrated.
Right. And now they kind of got into the rhythm as the game went on, and look at the result, 2-0.
I sort of like what happened here tonight because it was a steady build-up. It was enough to hold your position at the beginning of the game, and then just got better and better as the night went along. Whereas before, like we talked about, throwing everything, all the wood on the fire at the beginning of the game, and if you don't score, that just comes back to haunt you.
And to make it even worse, teams did come back and score at very, very lucky times for themselves, and the Rhinos, they hung in there tonight. They played steady, like you said. Momentum kept coming and coming, and the result ended up with 2-0 win. So maybe that's the way to approach it. Play the full 90 instead of that first 25, 30 minutes gangbusters. Good result at the end.
You're talking about momentum, and right now that's the most important thing for the Rhinos, the momentum. They need to really develop the winning attitude and the winning confidence because it's coming to playoff time now.
It's absolutely about confidence, and they've done a great job creating opportunities. The finishing was lacking tonight. They made the most of their opportunities. They finished when they had to, and they've just got to continue to do this as the playoffs approach. This team, I think, with some confidence and some great rhythm of play, they're going to be very difficult in the playoffs.
All right, as we check out what happened here tonight in the game, the scoring started out, but not till late, the 70th minute, when the Rhinos finally got on the board. They've announced the goal going to Greg Howes. It might be a change in that, we're not sure. But anyway, Howes at this point with his fourth goal of the season, Ball with the assist, and this one turns out to be not only the first goal, but the game-winning goal. Played out top, Howes moving it right for the kick. Scores! Touched inside the left post. Did it go off a defender? Howes picks the lower left corner, spins it inside the post, and the Rhinos are up 1-0. So that was the first goal. That was the game-winning goal as Howes scores his fourth, and the assist going to Ball, and the Rhinos up 1-0. Put the insurance on the night in the 87th minute as Johnny Menyonger scored his 9th of the year. They did not announce an assist to Delicott, but there certainly should be an assist. We from the replay saw that Delicott did on the. If you check the replay, Delicott got a flick on, so he should get an assist. Maybe we can tell the scorekeepers so they get that. And check for sure, all right? On the Menyonger goal, Delicott should get an assist. Okay. That ball slotted through, moving in Menyonger. Draws it to his left. He's got to hold it to shoot it. Scores! Johnny Menyonger puts it away, and the Rhinos have a little insurance. All right, so Menyonger scores his fourth of the season. We'll find out if they will credit Delicott with a goal, or an assist, rather. On the official score sheet, they did not give him an assist. But we think they should have, and the official score sheet, they still have given the goal to Howes with Ball assisting. So, not sure if that'll be changed yet or not. But anyway, that's your scoring on the night. Checking the other stats, the Rhinos did outshoot the Mariners by a 13-9 margin on the night. 13 shots for the Rhinos and 9 for the Mariners. And fouls, Virginia Beach Mariners had 16. The Rhinos had 5. That's about the fewest fouls I've seen the Rhinos take in a game this year. Offsides 4 against Rochester. And none against the Mariners. Corner kicks, each team had 3 saves. Scott Bello credited with 3. And Nelson at the other end, Matt Nelson also credited with 3 in the game. Cautions, there was 2 against Virginia Beach. No cards against the Rhinos. So there's your stats on the night.
Good performance overall. Steady.
Pellegrino's sub of the game, Joe.
Yeah, we talked about a turn the breakdown. Delicott, you got to go with him. He was he and Bonsu were the only subs tonight for the Rhinos. Delicott, I still think he got a flick on the Menyonger goal. I liked Delicott coming off the bench.
All right, good choice there. At least he did create some opportunities. Whether he got the touch on that goal or not, he still created the opportunities. The power trip player of the game,
Scotty Pelguda, did a good job. I thought Jason Perry did a good job also, but Pelguda, I think, was very steady in the back and anticipated broke up a lot of plays. I think Pelguda was a solid performer tonight.
You know, I would go with Greg Howes. Not because he scored the goal, but the Rhinos were getting absolutely no scoring opportunities until Howes was moved from a defensive role up to a forward position. And he was in the mix, and all of a sudden the Rhinos started getting all these scoring opportunities. Finally, it paid off. Howes did score. And then, when they take the lead, he's pressed back into a defensive role. He's so valuable out there.
It's a good choice. Very versatile. He can go up. He can defend. And this year, the situation that the Rhinos have been in, without that true, authentic center midfielder, Howes has been asked to do a lot. And, he did have a good game as well tonight.
All right, so take your pick from those two on who you'd like to have as the player of the game here this evening. Well, the Rhinos, after a very short night, will head off to Atlanta tomorrow to take on the Silverbacks. And we'll have the broadcast along our broadcast network for you at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Joe with the pregame show, and then the game beginning at 7:30, so that's tomorrow night from Atlanta. Then a week from tomorrow, next Saturday, is the final regular season game for the Rhinos here at Paytech. That'll be next Saturday night against the Minnesota Thunder. And the award ceremony taking place at 7:30, so be in your seats a little early. That's a big night right there. That could come down to a whole lot on that particular night.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens this weekend with some of the other games. The playoff picture could be clear, or could be even more distorted after this weekend's matches. We'll see how everything plays out here. But the Rhinos, back-to-back weekends, back-to-back games, could not have come at a worse time for this team.
Well, the broadcast is not over yet for tonight. Still to continue, Joe, and we'll have the post-game show for you. What's going on tonight?
Well, hopefully we'll have some content callers this week after the Rhinos do pick up the 3 points. And
boy, did you feed some people some nasty pills last week, or what?
We had some upset callers, and hey, that's what it's all about. It shows the passion and the heart of the fans here in Rochester. Good or bad, they call in. So we'll see what the tone is tonight.
It's all Sam.
Yeah.
Blame it on Sam.
I always do. So
yeah,
we'll throw the blame on Soccer Sam. He'll be joining me here on the post-game show in a few minutes.
Well, there's some interesting calls last weekend. Probably be some interesting calls again tonight. So join Joe and Sam on the post-game show coming up shortly. All right, so that's going to wrap up my part of it.
Here tonight, show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sam, folks. The number here is 222-9393. Give us a call. Let's chat about the Rhinos' 2-0 victory tonight over the Virginia Beach Mariners. And looking at the scoring, the Rhinos scoring both goals in the second half. 71st minute, Greg Howes with the assist to John Ball. I still say Menyonger may have deflected it off his chest inside the box. We'll take a look at that one. There has been one change in the scoring in the 87th minute. Menyonger's goal, the assist going to Matthew Delicott. Again, Delicott officially getting the assist on the goal from Johnny Menyonger, the second goal of the game. Tonight's crowd, 8,996 fans here at Paytech Park. The Rhinos 2-0 winners. Their record now, 11 wins, 4 losses, and 10 ties. Sole possession of second place with 43 points. Montreal still in first place with 50 points. I'm joined by Soccer Sam here on the Nextel Direct Call-In Show. The number again, 222-9393. As soon as you're calling, we'll get you on the air tonight. Sammy, good performance by the Rhinos tonight.
Amazing. The veterans came through. I knew it was going to happen. Housey had a fantastic game. John Ball was all over the field. Johnny Menyonger was controlling and thing. And Jason Perry, first half, he was my player of the game first half.
He was solid.
I think he got hurt, though, but he is so fast for a big guy. This team, I talked about it last week. Fans want to call me names. That's cool. This team's going right to the championship game, and you better order those tickets right now. Make your plans. Look at the schedule. This team, the Rhinos, is going right to the championship.
Number again, 222-9393. Greg, you're on the post-game show. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing very well.
What do you think about the game tonight?
I have a comment. Remember last week, one of the commentators were using the word very frequently that we were very unlucky. How about using tonight the word that we were very lucky? And by the way, I'm very pleased that we won the game, and we're looking forward to win more games. However, I think we have a nice stadium. I think the state and the county, they supported the team, and in Rochester. What about the owners of the team? Can they buy a few more better players? This is.
I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you, but again, we told you this last week. I mean, the deadline is done for this season. We have to focus on this season. This is the players we have right now. No more signing, no more transfers. It's done. This is the team that's going to bring us to the championship game. You say it was lucky. I thought we dominated play the whole game.
Absolutely. Anything else, Greg? Greg, we got a bad connection. If you want to try and call back, please feel free. The level is very low. We could barely hear you. So, Greg, if you want to call back, the number is 222-9393. Iggy, welcome to the post-game show. A big win for the Rhinos. They needed the 3 points, and more importantly, they got the goals. 2-0 tonight.
Yeah, and, for all those who were losing faith the last few weeks, I say, this is what happens. This is the reward you have for having faith in the team.
I think so, too. I thought I think steady is the word of the night tonight. It was a very steady performance. Don and I were talking about this, Sammy. We've seen the team come out gangbusters. First 25, 30 minutes, they're throwing everything, and they don't get a goal. I think they get deflated. Tonight, I thought it was a steady performance. And I think in the end that might be the way to go instead of throwing all your eggs in one basket and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I agree. They kind of played steady tonight. They played great. Hey, I tell you, I talked about it a couple weeks ago. The Rhinos keep on now. From now on, they got 3 games left, Joey. They got to win all 3 games. They'll end up with 52 points. Montreal is going to probably lose at home to Toronto, I think, next week. So I got a feeling the Rhinos are going to end up in first place. That's what I'm thinking.
What do you think, Ig?
That would be great. I'm not, as long as they perform up to their potential in the playoffs, I'll be happy. The caller about being lucky, being unlucky, whatever. You have to be good first of all. All the teams have to be good, and then luck plays, a part. But first of all, you have to be good. And the Rhinos are good, and then they got lucky. Yeah, Greg Simmons missed a point-blank shot. Like he used to do for us, so I appreciated that.
He came in injured. You could see that when he got chopped about 5 minutes after he came into the game, he was struggling to get up. He didn't play the 2 games in Montreal. He's been struggling. So, but I tell you, this team, they still could be in the playoffs of Virginia Beach. Maybe if they beat Toronto on Sunday, they end up with 35 points. It's possible, but, real unlucky. That's if Miami loses tonight, and I don't think that's going to happen.
54th minute, Miami, Minnesota, in Tropical Park Stadium in Miami, 0-0.
Okay, cool.
Iggy, anything else tonight?
Yeah, I thought, after the first 35 minutes, I thought we were very tentative. I think we wanted to be sure of our shots. I think the Rhinos are conscious that they have to be better finishers, so they were afraid to even shoot unless they thought they had a sure goal. But then the last 10 minutes of the first half and then the rest of the second half, they said, the hell with it. We're just going to shoot away. And, they played their style game, and it was great.
And I think that's going to do well for us in the playoffs. Iggy, thanks for the call tonight here on the Nextel Direct call-in show. The number is 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones. Mark, thanks for holding on, and welcome to the postgame show.
Hey, Joey, Sam, Marky Mark. How's it going?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Hey, not bad. We finally won, huh?
It's been a while
since... you, Sammy, you don't get paid for thinking, brother.
What do you mean by that?
You think Montreal's going to lose.
Oh, I got you. I think they're going to lose.
Well, Marky, he's not thinking, he's hoping.
I'm being positive. But I was just looking at some numbers here. The last time the Rhinos won by 2 goals was quite a while ago. It was July 30th. Wait, 2-0 against Vancouver.
7th, July 30th?
July 30th, is that right?
7:30?
Yeah.
July 30th, good.
All right.
Yeah, Mark, you're right. He doesn't get paid for thinking.
Had a conversation there, Mike. Like you said, the last time they won by 2 goals.
Man, I'm so bad at math.
7th, July 30th. Mark, you're right. He does not get paid for thinking.
October 20th. That's all I remember, Marky Mark. That's all I care about. But, hey, buddy, this is the deal. The veterans are coming in big for this team. It's going to happen in the playoffs. You saw House tonight. House is a veteran of championship games. John Ball, a veteran of championship games. These guys are just dominate play today. They're just playing reckless. They're just playing loose, shooting from everywhere. This team's going all the way.
Well, I got to agree with Iggy. Late in the second half, or in the first half, and then into the second half, they stepped it up. I wasn't happy in the beginning, but they, like I said, they stepped it up, and we got a couple of nice goals. Finally, and this,
that's right.
And it's not only good for us; it's good for them. I mean, you got to get the confidence up there, and the only way to do it is put the ball in the net.
Mark. I mean, Velo tonight. Anything really to talk about save-wise, Joe, you think, or Mark?
Not much at all.
So our defense is so solid across the back. You saw that tonight Kraft was injured, and boom, Jason Perry comes in. They do a little moving around, put Palguda on the outside. Still, the defense is as solid as could be. Midfield, maybe at times, looked like they weren't as fast as they needed to be coming back on defense, but overall, I thought the team played great.
Hi, Marky Mark. Thanks for the call here on the Nextel Direct call-in show. The number is 222-9393. The Rhinos with a good performance tonight, a 2-0 win, and again, steady performance. Nothing outstanding, but again, in the end, a good day's work and 3 points in the bank for the Rhinos tonight. Back to the phones. The number is 222-9393. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sam on the Nextel Direct call-in show. Mike, welcome to the postgame show. How are you tonight?
Hey, guys. How are you tonight?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, nice to get a win out of the boys. I agree with some of the last few callers. Really like seeing Hauser more of an offensive role, really getting involved up there. And it's a game early on in the game, I was thinking to myself, I like Menyonger in there. Just, he distributes the ball. He's quick on the ball. I really like him in there in the lineup. And I think one guy who's been solid week in and week out, it's always very effective. One of my favorite guys is Aaron Lyons. He kind of goes unnoticed sometimes, but I think every time he's around there, something happens. He's a good distributor of the ball. I think they beat a good team tonight. I mean, I was kind of impressed by Virginia Beach a little bit. You could tell they got some veterans there, too, as well. A few ex-Rhinos. Demon looked solid back there, but that's encouraging that I thought they beat a good opponent. So it's encouraging, like Sam said, with some momentum going into the playoffs, hopefully. And, it was nice to get a win. I've been making every game this year, and it's encouraging to see a couple goals in the back of the net tonight.
And they're coming, hopefully, just in time. We're looking at Virginia Beach. Over the last 9 games, Mike, they've struggled. 1 win, 6 losses, 2 ties. They've scored 4 goals, given up 18. And I'm a little surprised they didn't come out and really attack a lot more. Their playoff life is on the line. And he really kind of log-jammed the midfield, playing with those 5 midfielders. And I was a little surprised to see that. But are they a quality side? No doubt about it. And it's also, you mentioned Demon. Great to see Demon back, and he looks quite healthy.
Yeah, 12 minutes in, Mike. I mean, he did that slider on Conley. Conley kind of was almost a breakaway 12 minutes into the game, and boom, Demon came out of nowhere. Right before that, Conley had the header. I tell you, I thought right in the beginning of the game, we had some 2-3 chances. Just didn't go our way, but, overall, I'm so happy with this team, and I think we're going to go big.
But it wasn't like the last couple of games where they were throwing every single thing forward, and you could see 20, 30 minutes into the game, the frustration started to settle in. They were composed tonight and very steady tonight, and it paid off for them. Johnny Menyonger, what a finish, Sammy. What a finish. Making Nelson go this way, he goes that way. That was class.
Nelson just fell back on his butt and said, what am I doing here?
What am I going to do with this one? The number here again is 222-9393. This is the Nextel Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll take more of your calls. The final score tonight from Paytech Park, Rochester 2, Virginia Beach 0. You're listening to the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back. The Nextel Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. The number here is 222-9393. The Rhinos 2-0 winners over Virginia Beach. 8,996 fans in attendance tonight. Soccer Sam, big win for the Rhinos tonight.
Huge win. I'm happy they won. And, I'll tell you, if we would have ended this game 0-0, these fans would have been real upset. Dee Veronica was pacing in the press box.
If it was 0-0, I'm in my car right now. We're doing best of post-game show. We'll take your calls next week. The number again is 222-9393. Julie, welcome to the post-game show. How are you this evening?
Hello.
Hello, Julie. Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. Thanks for calling.
I thought the team played a great game tonight. I thought that they finally all came together, and I think that we are on to big and better things. I think there's been a lot of frustration with a lot of injuries, but I have to tell you, if in the beginning of the season when we were on that win streak, when Jason Perry was in the game, we won.
Jason Perry's the key. He's the magic touch for this team, you think?
Well, no, I'm just saying I think we have a solid defense. I think our midfield played better. I think our forwards, if we can just get a chance to get a few in the net, get the confidence back, and we can go ahead like we did in the beginning of the season.
I agree. JP is smooth. I like JP.
He's one of my top 5. Julie, Howes, Martinez, John Ball, Lyons, and Perry are my top 5 players tonight. I think in my eyes they stood out. I know Menyonger got the goal, but I thought these guys just worked really hard. And I tell you, JP for a big man, he is so fast and so smart. He knows how to use his body. Obviously, John Ball says that JP has moves. He has.
Go ahead. Get it out.
I can't say it.
Okay. Well, Jason Perry, I think, did a great job setting the tone. He was marking Newsome right from the kickoff and anticipated, stepped in front of him, bodied him off the ball. He totally took Newsome right out of the game, I thought. Can you get it out, that thought yet or no?
Julie, it came to me finally. John Ball says that Jason Perry has the skills to pay the bills.
You forgot that?
Man, my brain's freezing up here. My brain froze. There's a little metal thing in my head.
Julie, anything else?
No, I just want to tell you that, Soccer Sam, I met you in Oregon and followed you guys in Seattle, and I just wanted to let you know that we really appreciate all that you guys do. I'm from the West Coast, and I'm Frankie's mom.
Mama Sanfilippo, how are you?
Great. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I think that Frankie needs to get a little bit more recognition of running up and down the field all day long, all game long, all practice long, and whenever Elsie needs him, he's right there for the Rhinos.
Well, I'll tell you, we've said this before, Joe and I. Frankie and Vallow and Kenny Burts, they're just so steady every single game that they kind of don't even stand out because it's expected of them.
I don't want to say we take it for granted, but those guys, they bring their lunch pail to work, and you know what you get from them, and that's an attribute to the quality of players that they are, and you should be very proud of Frankie. He is tireless, nonstop, great stuff from Frankie.
This week, though, the players played a little practical joke on him. It's going to be on our TV
You're
show.
You're not going to break the news yet.
I'm not going to break the news, but Mr. Sanfilippo, it'll be on DVD. I'll make sure you get a copy of it. But you got to see Frankie's reaction. It's kind of like punk, like behind-the-scenes thing. It's really good stuff.
He'll love it. He'll love it. But I just wanted to give JP a little recognition because, they've got a solid defense. They have the best goalie in the league. We have a solid defense. And if we can get everybody up on top and the chemistry back, let me tell you, Montreal is in for a big surprise.
That's right.
All right, Julie, keep listening, keep calling. We appreciate your time tonight. Thank you. All right, Julie calling 222-9393. And she mentioned that the Rhinos had that great start to the season because Perry was in on the defensive line. I thought it was because we were 5-0-2 after the 7 games away. Your hair was black, and then we came home. You went to the orange style.
I went to the orange.
That's when the things started to change.
The sun. So I went back to the black.
Yeah, you'll be good. Keep it going, baby. Tim is back here on the post-game show. Welcome to the Nextel Direct Call-In Show. Tim, how are you tonight? 2-0 Rhinos win. Tim? Tim is gone. Bill, you're taking over for Tim here at 222-9393. Welcome to the post-game show, Bill.
How you doing? Good game.
Good, how are you?
I was a little disappointed at the start. I thought they came out a little flat and seemed to want to push the ball up like I really expected them to. And I think a lot of fans were pretty disgusted in the first half. I didn't quite see the quite solid play that you all seem to think they did. For the first 45, probably first 60 minutes, it was pretty flat, I thought. I'm not exactly sure what you were seeing. We weren't pushing the ball up. With a lot of turnovers, we got the ball on the outside. We sort of waited. As good as Ray Martinez plays, he seemed to get the ball on the outside and sort of just kind of waited for the defense to get back. Everybody in the stand, were waving their arms around us to push the ball up the field and then to shoot the doggone ball. All we were doing is shoot. They yell, shoot, shoot. And finally they took a shot and everybody cheered. I mean,
I think part of the reason
to start the ball game.
Well, I think part of the reason the Rhinos kind of the first half started off a little slow is Virginia Beach had 5 midfielders. They really clogged the midfield, and that slowed down the tempo of the game. It took a little while for the Rhinos to find a way to get around that 5 midfield formation. But I agree, inside the 18, near the 18, I said it during the broadcast too. way too many touches on the ball. They've got to be quicker on the trigger, quicker to release some of those shots.
See,
that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, Bill, you guys are saying shoot. I thought you were saying shoo, and I left. Get out of here, shoo.
Well, I know. I was really thinking.
I don't know what you guys are saying anymore.
But the thing of it, five midfielders, almost every team plays with five midfielders. I mean, that's the way the game is played a lot now. They shouldn't be having to figure that out. That's just something that they're always going to face in most cases. Is at least a five midfielders or at least a withdrawn striker that's going to act like the fifth midfielder. So I'm not sure what they were trying to figure out.
Good point. For some reason tonight they just seem to have trouble with that log jam in the midfield. You're right. They do see that a lot. What the reason they couldn't figure it out sooner, Bill? I have no idea.
70 minutes, Bill. 70 minutes of the game, I thought it was like a chess match. Every player was doing their thing. Great coaching by both coaches, and then boom, the goals happen, and it's forgotten. We win. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. And that's
not look back. Let's look forward.
The classic thing that every kid should watch is the replay of what Johnny did to that goalie. I mean, the classic. Too many guys just go straight at a goalie and freeze. I mean, Johnny all he had to do is just give a little shoulder fake, and that's exactly what he did. And that goalie was picking up his socks, I think, off to the sideline. And that's what they'll show that replay for every striker, every 12-year-old kid, including my son, that I kept saying, see what you got to do when you take the ball one-on-one. And that's what he does. He gives them a little juke, and that's all it took. But that was a classic move right there.
I agree, Bill. Thanks for the call. That was classic, whether it's going against a goalie or a defender. Feint one way and then take off the other way. Good analysis there from Bill tonight. The number here is 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones and speak with Eric. Hello, Eric. How are you? You're on the postgame show tonight.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right. I thought the game tonight was very good. I went to last game, and it was pretty frustrating watching all those shots and then not coming out with a victory. So it was really nice to see a victory tonight. I think on that note, we got to start some traditions. And we can start off by having the same singers sing a national anthem. I think that was the key victory. The chance for a victory was started off with the national anthem.
Sammy?
Well, she had a little mic problem in the beginning, but it was a beautiful rendition of the national.
She was a trooper. She didn't quit. She kept going. They got to give her a lot of credit.
I think we ought to start a tradition here.
Sounds good to me. I support that.
Color the jerseys. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If Dave DiPasquale get those jerseys clean and packed for the for the airplane.
Go help him with the laundry.
4:30 in the morning. We're going to meet at the airport. I don't know how that's going to happen, but
that's something we got to talk about too.
Keep it on a roll now. Nice
All right, Eric. Thanks a lot. Great call. Thank you very much. What poor timing for back-to-back games.
It is poor timing, but I think this is the way you got to do it. You're fired up now. A lot of these guys, I think some of these guys are just going to go to the airport and just sleep at the airport.
How on earth are you going to roll out of bed at 4:30?
We're going to be editing the show to probably 2 in the morning, so I'm just going to go right to the airport.
Yeah,
I got my bag packed and my other my hairpiece, the blonde
Saturday.
one.
No, wear the black one.
The black
one's good.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'll wear that one, but it's going to be tough. But these back-to-backs, all the teams have to do it. This is kind of crazy where you fly into Atlanta. I don't know what's going on with this whole storm thing.
All the teams have to do it, but at the end of the year, your most crucial games with some, playoff spots on the line, that's unfortunate for the Rhinos.
Well, it's because of the stadium. They had a, kind of...
Oh, yeah, the back jam or the log jam.
So we did some home games and stuff, so that's what happened there.
It's unfortunate. The number here is 222-9393. This is the Nextel Direct Call-In Show. We go back to the phones, and we have Tim on the line. Hey, Tim, welcome to the show.
How you doing, guys? I just wanted to comment on the game tonight. I think it was a real big win for the Rhinos. Traditionally they've been a defensive team, and it's got them where they are. 11 postseason appearances, and apparently this year again they're going to be in the postseason. But tonight was real special because they put together some offense, and it's what the fans want to see. It gives them something to cheer about. And I think, to be honest with you, this part of the schedule is good for them because they're coming up against some teams that, are struggling, and it gives them an opportunity to put together some wins, bring up some points. However, I don't think they're going to overtake Montreal. Montreal is definitely the strongest team in this league, and hopefully down the stretch, we do happen to meet them late in the postseason. I think that would be a great thing for this organization.
Well, let me throw this out. What do you guys think? Is it crucial for this team to finish in first place, or is second place and that first round bye still a good opportunity for you guys?
I think a first round bye is, very important. I mean, if they even get second place at that first round bye, it'll be a big thing for the team. Whether it's first or second, probably is immaterial. As long as they get that bye, and even if they don't get the bye, I think they got the strength to be able to carry them through to the championship game.
All right, well, I don't think Montreal is as strong as everyone thinks, but we'll see what happens here. What happens in the playoff. We'll find out by next weekend, really, who's going to play who and how it's all going to go.
All right, Tim, thanks for the call. Some great points there. The number here is 222-9393. Sam, when we come back, trivia. What do you say?
Let's do some big trivia.
We've got a chance to win 4 tickets to the Rhinos and the Minnesota Thunder next Saturday night right here at Paytech Park. You're listening to the Nextel Direct call-in show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Soccer night in Rochester. The Rhinos 2-0 winners over the Virginia Beach Mariners tonight. And a quick update for you in other action out of town at Tropical Park Stadium. 70th minute, Miami leads Minnesota 2-0. If Miami FC gets the win, that's 35 points up to 38. So they're really knocking on that playoff door. They'll have 2 games left this season. So Miami FC turning things around. We'll try to get the goal scorers on that end of the game there for you. Romario, I had never thought this guy would come in and score 17 goals. I'm shocked.
When I saw him walk out in Miami, he walked like guys that used to play in the Rondequoit Falls Soccer League. He couldn't even walk. I mean, his knees, they were bothering him. He had no cartilage, and you could just see it. Guy's a smart player, knows how to use his body. I mean, Simmons tonight's a lot like that. He was injured, his ankle, Greg Simmons, but he was open a lot. He was always into the right spot. And you didn't like the way he played tonight. You're doing timeout.
Timeout.
All right.
Simmons and Romario in the same sentence?
All right. Romario is a much better player, but Simmons has the same kind of old-school, intelligent player. Gets open, gets in the space, gives you the ball, runs into the right spot right away.
Man, that plate in your head is frozen.
It's frozen. But now, if Miami wins, which we're probably going to win, the only chance that Virginia Beach has to make it in the playoffs is if Seattle somehow loses tonight. We won't find out till after midnight. And then they got to lose to Vancouver, which I think they're going to beat Vancouver in Vancouver, and then they host Atlanta. So,
wow. You're really putting this Vancouver team down. You're not impressed with them.
The truth of it, honestly, I just don't want to go to Vancouver anymore. I think it's a bad road trip for the Rhinos. I think going to Vancouver, you have to fly through Seattle. You got to drive to Vancouver. It's just awful. And Bob Lilly has a lot to prove. The city doesn't really like what he's doing. The fans don't like what he's doing. I shouldn't say the city.
Well, no, I agree. His style is old A-League style.
Yeah.
Defend.
So, I mean, he's got a lot to prove here, so I don't want to play Vancouver. So I'm hoping that Vancouver gets eliminated, which is not going to happen now, obviously. But I just hope we don't have to play them in the first or second round.
Okay, we'll see what happens. The number is 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones. And we have Eric on the line tonight. Eric, good evening and welcome to the postgame show.
Hey, gentlemen, I wanted to give you some good news from our brethren at Frontier Field. The Red Wings have won. They blanked the Bisons tonight. I think their magic number is down to 1 from what I heard on their postgame show. So I wanted to share the good news with fellow Rochester sports fans. And that's very exciting. I hope they can clinch it tomorrow if they play.
And that's great news for Rochester, the sports community. Rhinos win, Red Wings win. Let's hope these guys both go far in the postseason.
Definitely. I got a comment about tonight's game. It's amazing. I listened to the postgame show last week. You guys are saying, we were unlucky. You know what? And you guys are getting beat up over it. I think the Rhinos looked great, last week, and they were serviceable tonight, yet they win 2-0. That's soccer. It's just amazing the kind of way it works. We got fortunate with that handball, and we got the great setup by House there. Well, it might have been a very different evening, but I'm very glad to get a win. Points now are critical, and as far as getting the bye, I'd like to see the bye. I just hope that we're able to host the championship game if we're playing Montreal, and I don't know right now who would make the better bid for that game if it came down to us in Montreal in the finals. What do you guys think?
Ooh, interesting. Wow.
Well, if it's based on standings, obviously it's going to be tough. Montreal probably get it if they beat Toronto.
It's never been based on standings.
Right.
Never been based on standings. So
I'm just thinking like I think the league thinks. You got a brand new facility. You want to motivate the other teams to do the same thing. You're going to say, Rochester, you guys did a lot of work to get that stadium built. Here you go. It's your game. I think that's going to happen. And I'm hoping it's not against Montreal. I don't think it will be against Montreal,
I don't
honestly.
care who it's against. Let's just get there. That's what I want. But we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Well,
Eric, anything else?
A championship game here. I think if we're going to get a championship game here, now is the year because we want to showcase the stadium. And I hope, if we get there and it's against Montreal, I hope we get it over them. So I guess I'm concerned about the seeding from that perspective. I definitely think that, I definitely want to be a top two, even though it didn't help us last year. Some of the guys we're going to stay fresh. We're not going to let that letdown happen again.
Well, Eric, thank you for the call, and we'll see how this whole first, second place seeding works out here over the next week and a half, as a lot of crucial games coming up for the Rhinos and Montreal with one game remaining. The number here is 222-9393. What do you say we throw out the trivia?
Do it.
Your chance now to win 4 tickets to next Saturday's game, September the 9th, against the Minnesota Thunder. Here's tonight's question. Including tonight, how many games have the Rhinos won this season when scoring the first goal?
Wow.
So including tonight, how many games have the Rhinos won this season when scoring the first goal? Give us a call at 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones and speak with Tim. Hello, Tim. You're on the postgame show.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Hello.
Hey, Tim. How are you?
Hi, guys. It's Tim Tobin from Homa. How are you?
Hey, Tim. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How's Sam doing?
I'm doing great, Timmy. Getting killed last week on this show, but I tell you, Homa, man, doing us proud in this city. Every kid is wearing this thing. High school teams want to wear it. I saw some guy, a 60-year-old guy in the press box wearing the Homa stuff. I said, where'd you get that? I went to Eurotech, picked it up. So it's big, baby. It's taking over.
So you're getting another free plug. See that?
Well, no, Tim, we got to thank Coach Grease Athena, and we're going to be outfitted with Homa this year, and we are so excited. The kids asked, who do the Rhinos wear? And it comes up that, it's Yoma, and they're psyched. You guys have been wonderful to work with, and the quality, the price, everything, just first class, Tim. We appreciate it.
No, we appreciate that. I mean, the efforts that everybody up there in the Rochester community is doing for soccer. And, Homa is just a piece of the puzzle. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We appreciate that. But it sounded like a pretty cool game tonight.
Yeah, it was a good game, not a great game. I mean, the goals went in, so we won. But, Joe and I were talking off the air. I got killed last week.
Well, we both did.
We both did, but I got killed more than you because no one takes me serious. But
no, I think people love you.
I thought that last week we played better than we played tonight. The goals went in tonight. I thought we dominated play last week. We played good tonight. I thought we played really good last week, but the goals didn't go in. But maybe I'm just crazy.
No, I buy that. I do buy that. But again, it was a steady performance. You could see they were focused tonight. That little discouragement didn't pop in tonight like last week when they couldn't finish. And I think that was the big difference tonight.
Well,
Tim, were you here or you're listening on the web?
You had another curler earlier before talk about how that's the way the soccer goes. Sometimes you're pressing, you're dominating the game, the wrong bounce at the wrong time, you lose 1-0. So, they always even out, I think, and I think that it sounded like the boys who were playing steady tonight, and the defense always another shutout. What can you say?
Scott Vallow, he ties the record now with Onset. I think his 36th tie.
That's huge
of all time, and that's big for us, big for our defense. And Timmy, man, again, thank you for all you do for this city and for our team, and the kids in this community are falling in love with your product. Homa Joma, I love it, baby.
Hey, go Rhinos, man. We're not looking to win the 5th game of the season. We're looking to win the last game, right?
That's right.
We like that, Tim. Again, thank you from the Grease Athena soccer program, too, for working and such a quick turnaround. Homa It's going to be all over this place. It's great stuff. The kids love it. I love it. First class all the way. Homa and Yuri at Eurotech working with Tim Tobin. It doesn't get easier. It doesn't get better than those two guys.
Smart guys. They care, and they're soccer guys.
You nailed it. They care about soccer. They care about the community, and wonderful to have those guys involved. The number again, 222-9393. Folks, trivia is still out there. Soccer Sam giving up his 4 tickets for the game next week against the Minnesota Thunder. That's Saturday, September the 9th, 7:35 p.m. Here's the question. Including tonight's match, how many matches have the Rhinos won this season when scoring the first goal? Give us a call at 222-9393. We'll take a quick break, come back, take more of your calls on the Nextel Direct call-in show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Nextel Direct call-in show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. Trivia still out there, folks, including tonight's game. How many games have the Rhinos won this season when scoring the first goal? Give us a call, 222-9393. Before we take your calls, we've got one of the Rhinos defenders of the game on the line now, Jason Perry, who had a great first half, had to come out tonight's match. But, Jason, welcome to the post-game show. How are you tonight after the 2-0 Rhinos win? Jason, you there? Okay, Jason Perry, are you there? All right, Jason was there. I want to congratulate him, and Sammy thought he had a great game, as do I.
He played great, physical, hard. And again, our defense is so strong but Jason hasn't played in a while back there, so we just got to give him his props, man. He came in, played well right next to Kenny Birch, did his thing. And the thing about Jason Perry, as you know, John Ball says it all the time, the man's got the skills to pay the bills.
And on that note, let's go back to Jason Perry. Jason, how you doing? Nice game tonight. 2-0 win for the Rhinos. You looked especially solid in the back tonight. How are you tonight?
I'm feeling a little bit better now. It was a little bit testy there towards the beginning of the second half. It's actually something that the coaches are aware about. That second concussion that I got this year when I hit heads with Kyle Goodis kind of messed me up, and things are being monitored. I've been getting migraines pretty regularly after practice, and so they're going to be sending me to the doctor the next couple of days to check out some things, because obviously something's right. Every time I start playing and get my heart rate up a little bit, I start getting a migraine, and then I kind of zombie space out for a bit. So, but other than that, I think it was a great performance tonight. I think I think the defense played pretty well, even when changes needed to be made. And when you've got people like House and Johnny Menyonger and John Ball and Ray and Deli and the list goes on and on with this team, you're bound to keep yourself in games, and you just keep playing steady with those guys' finishing ability, and it shows tonight.
So, Jason, let's hope the medical side of things get taken care of. But I thought you did a great job tonight. Right from the start on Newsome, you were all over him. You're anticipating. Your timing was perfect in breaking up plays, whether it was hard challenges or just stepping in front of him. You really seem to have his number early on tonight.
Well, it helps. John's a very good player. He's a very good player, and he's a different player from Simmons. I was originally put in the lineup because Coach wanted me to match up with Simmons. With my physical play and things like that, and Simmons wasn't in, so I think that kind of gave me a little bit of an easier path today with John, who's a different player, likes to post up a little bit more, and the guys who play indoor against him, told me kind of the things he tends to do, and when you have people experience like that who let you know what you're dealing with, then you're able to get a little bit of a game plan when you're going into the game, like that.
So no, JP, the deal, you think you're going to make the trip tomorrow morning with this concussion thing, or you're off the list, you think, pretty much?
No, I'm making the trip tomorrow. The thing is like I said, I started having a migraine during the game. It's starting to subside now, so I need to go home and get some food in me. That's what the trainers have been saying. Basically, I think I might have high blood pressure or be hypoglycemic, something like that. So they want to get lots of food in me to try to regulate, and then go home and sleep as much as I can, and then see how it feels tomorrow. And if I don't start, I'll definitely be, in a team for a selection for a sub.
Jason, before we let you go, you got some big props from Julie out in California. Frankie Sanfilippo's mother loves the way you play. She says hello, and she's proud of your work.
Well, you gotta love Jules. Jules is we're going out to see Jules at the end of the season. Spend a little time out in, as Frankie says, Dago, dude, and surf. I don't know if they let black people surf out there in San Diego, but I'm gonna give it a try. Hopefully, they'll get the sharks out of the water, or figure out how to make waves in the bathtub, because that's about how close I'm gonna get to it. Jules knows I love her out there, and I'm glad that we could get a win tonight for Rochester. It's been long overdue.
All right, JP, thanks for the call. Great stuff tonight, and good luck tomorrow night down in Atlanta.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Jason Perry.
He's a character.
Surfer dude.
You got to see some of the stuff he did on camera the other night. Unfortunately, we can't use most of it, but he's just so hysterical, man. He's just so smooth, and I love, like, on the road trips, just I put the camera in front of him, he just lets loose, and he's a very talented young man.
On and off the field, no doubt about that. The number here is 222-9393, and let's go to the phone. Sam, you've been waiting for a while. Thanks for your patience, and welcome to the postgame show.
How's it going tonight?
Good, Sam. How are you? What'd you think?
Good game. Not a great game, but a good game. Sammy, you're right. But it was good to see Jason Perry on the field. And it was good to see Ray Martinez out there playing. They played hard tonight, as always. And that was
Sammy,
a nice 2 goals, pretty ones.
Well, yeah, what about House's goal? I mean, the shot and then the celebration, man, Sammy. That was the coolest celebration I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Hey, Sammy, I always call in and tell you they don't finish. Well, tonight they finished 2 times. So it was kind of nice to see that.
It was awesome, and it was great to see you Wednesday night. You were there getting to meet all these new guys. I mean, when you get to talk to these guys, Sam, I mean, what's your opinion of some of these young guys?
Well, I hope we keep the core of the players so they start to learn how to play together like our other team did. We had a core of players that were around for a long time. They got to know each other. They knew how they played, and these guys are young enough to do it.
Good point. Hopefully fans will be patient and give these guys the chance to stick it out, because you said they knew how to play. They knew what each other liked to eat and where. They knew everything. So we'll get there. Be patient. We'll get there. Sam, thanks for the call tonight here on the Nextel Direct Call-In Show, where the number is 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones and speak with Yuri. Yuri, welcome to the postgame show.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for calling tonight.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure. My ears were ringing. I think somebody mentioned my name already, so I thought I'd call in.
Well, we got to thank you, Yuri, because you bent over backwards for us at Greece Athena with the Homa stuff, and you and Tim Tobin have been fantastic to work with.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to see everybody wearing Homa. Those are great uniforms. The reason I called is I think maybe we need to get that head referee tonight into Homas. I mean, what's with those shorts? They're like Speedos or something. I mean, that's like from the 60s. What's with that?
I noticed that. I was thinking, what's wrong with these guys? What are they wearing? But I figured, I don't know, maybe some new look the referees are coming out with.
And one other comment. Hey, Sammy, I don't know how you can call a game. I mean, you got dark shades on, and it's like a night game. What are you seeing out there?
These are polarized, so things are even brighter than they normally are.
Oh, okay. All right, infrared, I see. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say good show, guys. Always fun to listen to you guys. And I appreciate all the support. And I want to say hi to Tim Tobin, great guy. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yuri, the man from Eurotech, located in their Rochester Sports Garden, the place to go for your Yoma supplies, or Homa. Or Joma.
And one of the best local soccer players I've ever seen. Yuri Sankowski.
Thanks for the call tonight. Back to the phones, and the man who scored the first goal for the Rhinos tonight, 71st minute with the assist to John Ball, Greg Howes. Greg, great stuff, great shot. Welcome to the postgame show.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm Yuri's. I don't know who had shorter shorts on tonight, me or the ref.
Talking about that, I looked at the ref, I said, maybe he forgot to put a layer on. I thought that was his undergarment. That was bad. But Howes, great goal tonight, 71st minute. Rifled it in the corner. I got to ask you this, though. Did Menyonger get a piece of that shot?
A piece of I don't think so. News to me. Is he claiming it?
No. I just thought maybe there was a deflection. Menyonger got a piece of it.
I don't think this one took a deflection. I know the last game we had the kind of the same exact restart, and we did it, and it got deflected wide for a corner, but I just know where the goal is, put my head down and hit it hard, and hopefully it gets on target if somebody got a nick on it. I didn't get a chance to get my head up in time to see it, but I don't think so. But I'm not going to say anyone touched it. I'm going to claim that for sure.
That's right. They went in. That's what counts.
Housey, I talked to you earlier in the week, man. You talked about the veterans championships. You've been there. You're waiting for the timings now. I saw you in practice this week, baby. You were on fire. You were shooting from everywhere, making things happen. And tonight, that's the Greg Howes that I've learned to love, indoor, outdoor, and you're back, man. And I love to see it. Take control out there and shoot whenever you can. I'm loving it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was just fun to get out there. I know that we were having a little trouble getting some strikes on goal early, and Coach made an adjustment and moved me up front and put some other guys in the midfield, and we really started getting after them right before it happened, and then it was just a matter of time before we got one, and then it was just nice to finish out a game with a little cushion.
How was it with all the adjustments? You're a midfielder, then you're a forward, then you're a midfielder again, and then Coach calls you over to the sideline to kind of direct things when he's making his tactical adjustments. He really leans to you quite a bit on the field as that general on the field. You're pretty much all over the place.
Yeah, it's it's something that sometimes we don't always see eye to eye, but it's with Renee kind of getting out of this team last year, and kind of been looking all year for a guy to to have that veteran leadership, and me still being a fairly young player in my career, it's kind of something, it's kind of a role I've taken on new this year, and every game we're learning a little bit more about each other and everything out there. So it's as far as playing forward and midfield, it's somebody asked me yesterday, what position are you playing? I was like, I don't know. I'm having an identity crisis. So it was good, but it was just a great win. We really needed to head down tomorrow with it's going to be adverse conditions down there with the travel and stuff, but. Heading into the playoffs, you always want to, get some good results at home and have some momentum and some confidence going in. So hopefully this is just, the starting point for that.
Greg, the celebration, where did that come from? Did you think about it all week long? You guys staring at the scoreboard? I love that, pointing at the scoreboard.
My a good friend of mine, Dennis, was up in the stands, and we've been talking for a while now, and. I think it was since that Miami game, and he just said when I score, whatever half to go to the corner, he tossed me down the remote. Had a little heads up with the video guy in the booth, and thought I'd get up there and see if I get a replay of myself. And the timing was pretty good, and it was just. I got to see how it looks, but if it's as good as it seemed like it was a pretty good celebration.
You're going to see it tonight, I'm sure, on the news, and if not, tomorrow, well, we won't be around. We'll get you a DVD of it. But if you're still on the facility, Catalano's in that trailer over there all by himself editing the show right now. You can go over there and see all the game highlights. He'll be there till 2, 3 in the morning, so it's going to be fun.
Well, I actually just pulled into my apartment, so I kind of rushed out of there so we could try to get food and, hopefully a couple hours of rest tonight so we're not all dead tired tomorrow, but we'll see. That's sometimes when the results don't go your way, you like to have a game the next day, but when the result goes your way, you'd like to have maybe a day or two to rest. But it's the A-League or the Division I, and that's kind of the scenarios that were put in, and it's no fun to get to the top of the mountain if there ain't no obstacles in your way. So that's kind of a mentality I've been taking all year with the guys is. It's no fun if we would have went unbeaten all year and won everything. It's kind of nice to have a little turmoil and some speed bumps here and there, so you really appreciate it at the end of the year.
Well, Greg, get some rest, and it'll be a quick turnaround. You're playing Atlanta tomorrow night. We'll talk to you after the game tomorrow, and good performance tonight. Keep up the good work.
Great, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Greg Howes joining us. He scored in the 71st minute with the assist to Johnny Ball. Howes from Ball, 71st minute, giving the Rhinos the 1-0 lead. The number here again is 222-9393. This is the Nextel Direct call-in show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. Trivia is still out there, folks, including tonight's game. How many games have the Rhinos won this season when scoring the first goal? Give us a call at 222-9393. Michael, you're on the post-game show. Going to take a shot at the trivia?
I already got season tickets.
You do?
Let somebody else have a crack at it.
So honest.
I was trying to call last week because I felt really bad the way some of those people were, just not disagreeing with you respectfully, but it was more, personal attacks. And I just didn't like it because you guys have done so much to promote the Rhinos and soccer, and it's one thing to disagree. I agree with a lot of the stuff that they were saying about the Rhinos, but I just didn't like the way that they, were attacking you guys.
Well, Joe and I are both married, so we're used to it.
You son of a... Easy, honey. I love you. What do you mean? I didn't know. No, Mike, I appreciate the kind words. That's part of the job. We know coming in.
Yeah.
Some nights are going to be brutal. Some nights are going to be great. And what are you going to do?
That was funny what you said. If it had been a 0-0 tie tonight, you would be on your way home, and there wouldn't have been a call-in show. I understand. My take on the game is like I saw it was like two completely different halves. And the first half, it was like the Rhinos that have just kind of like annoyed the fans so much this year. They keep running this one play. I understand the reason for it, but they make that wide pass out on the flanks near the out of bounds side, along the out of bounds line. But they don't. And I understand the idea is to flick a quick cross into the box, but they don't get it in fast enough, or the players aren't down there to get it in, and then they have three Rhinos stuck in a very confined space, and they end up losing the ball. It's like they're only using like maybe a third of the field that they could be using, and the second half was completely different. It was one of the most entertaining games they played all year. They were making great passes, and they used the complete field, and it was just fun to watch. And that was like the team in the second half was like what this team could be, and it was just great.
Yeah, I agree. It was a little frustrating at times. I was frustrated with some of the quality of the crosses in that first half. Like you said, they got down the flank, the ball was served over some of the attacking players, and then you're susceptible to the counterattack. But in the end, we did get the 2-0 win. The second half did turn around for us, Michael. We appreciate the call. We appreciate the kind words tonight.
Good
Soccer
man.
Sam, he's happy to hear. He's got a big smile on his face. So thanks for the support, Michael. Call the show anytime. Let's take a quick break here, Sammy. You're listening to the Nextel Direct call-in show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the final segment of the Rochester Raging Rhinos post-game show. It's the Nextel Direct call-in show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. And I'm in the market for a tattoo right now, Sammy.
Well, I'll tell you, Kenny Burt's, if you're looking from the stands, you got a new tattoo, Roman numeral 4. The I and the V, Roman numeral 4 on his...
Not the V in the I?
No.
Okay.
It's IV, but right here. And I asked him about it. He said he wore 4 since he was a kid, and it's in his family. So he got that nice tattoo. I was thinking about, Joe, I haven't done it yet. I'm thinking about doing it.
You should do it. Get a pizza.
No, and I want a memory of when I played soccer. I'm going to put a bench. Get a little bench there. I'll be sitting there all by myself, hoping
I'm serious.
Hoping we get like a 6-goal lead so I can get into the game or something.
I'm serious about getting the tattoo. I know I'm crazy, but I'm going to do it because I'm crazy. Because I'm crazy.
Wow.
All right, the number here is 222-9393. Trivia is still out there, folks, including tonight's game. How many games have the Rhinos won this season when they scored the first goal? Give us a call. Let's go to the phones and speak with Gus. Gus, you're on the postgame show.
Hey, Josh. Hey, Stan. Old Gus Diggins speaking.
Hey, Gussie. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Gus. Gus.
Hey, guys. How's it going tonight?
Good, Gus. Were you at the game tonight?
I sure was. How about you guys?
Yeah, I think I was here tonight, Gus. What did you think about the game?
Well, I'd like to see a little more movement off the ball. How about you fellas?
Yeah, I would too, Gus. You got a guess at the trivia, maybe?
Well, I already have Steven's tickets, so I'd like to pass it on to someone else who isn't as fortunate as myself.
All right, Gus. Good stuff tonight. Thanks for the call. And Gus, quite the character. We're going to find out who Gus is.
Probably someone we both know.
I know. We're going to dig deep and find out. Gus Chitlin's calling tonight.
It'd be funny if it was a player. It wouldn't surprise me.
It is. The number again, 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones. We have Josh on the line. Josh, you're probably going to be the last caller tonight. Welcome to the postgame show.
How's it going, guys?
Good, Josh. How are you?
I just think Valentino's 2 headers in the beginning were really good. I think we got Naka's then later, and then we got Solowski in the second half. That's pretty sweet. 4-0 victory in the varsity Athena game.
Was it really?
Who is this, Josh? Yeah, we first game of the year, and it's probably one of my players I'm going to run into the ground tomorrow for calling like a fool. But, yeah, 4-0 over a very good Penfield team. And good job by the Athena team, who was going to be paying the price for that call. The number again, 222-9393. Last second to give us a call here and answer the trivia question, including tonight's game. How many games have the Rhinos won this season when scoring the first goal? Let's go back to the phones. Mike, you're on the post-game show. How are you?
Yo.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. Good. Wondering if you think that we're still getting a MLS in the near future.
Like I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. Can you repeat the question, please?
Rhinos making it to the MLS.
Will they get in the MLS? Well, we know that Kansas City got bought out by a group of 6 investors. Usually that means 6 guys that have no money. So we'll see what happens with Kansas City. You never know. But as of right now, I don't foresee that happening the next season with an MLS team, but you never know.
So that's Sammy's answer. Mike, here's my 2 cents. I'm going to change my tune. I always wanted to be in MLS, the highest level of soccer, wherever possible, but don't go. I'm watching some of these games, and this MLS league, to me, is totally regressing. I'm not enthused by it, not excited. Stay where you are. The level of this league has gotten so much better. Stay where we are. The number 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones, and we'll wrap tonight's show up with the head honcho, the head coach, Lori Calloway, joining us. Coach, welcome to the post-game show. 2-0 win, some goals, and more importantly, 3 points tonight. Congratulations.
Guys, I've lost you.
There, Coach. You there?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, Coach. Congratulations. Got some goals tonight, but most importantly, 3 points in the bank. It's definitely a good result and going in the right direction.
Oh, absolutely. It's a big relief for the guys and a lot of pressure off. They've been getting a bit of flack for not being able to break these ties, and that's a tough team, Virginia Beach. They've been that way all season long, especially against us. They played us tough. They played Montreal tough last weekend. So a great win. Maybe not the prettiest game. Last week's game was probably more entertaining, to be honest, but we didn't get the result last week for various reasons, and tonight we did. So very, very pleased with the guys, particularly defending. Incredible performances all around. Through the team, defending from the front, so we worked hard. And, particularly in the back where we really limited them to very few opportunities. So I was really pleased.
Absolutely no opportunities. Coach, I got a question for you. Tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m., airport. 3 guys look like they got a little banged up to me. We had Jason Perry on earlier, talked about the headache thing and possible concussion. Aaron Lyons was getting beat up a lot tonight, and Ray Martinez was limping pretty bad off the field at the end of the game. These guys all making the trip. Any changes here? And is there anyone else that may be injured that we don't know about?
All the guys. I think Ray he'll bounce back. He got banged up a little bit here and there. They were going after him. And Jason, he seems to have learned how to handle his migraines with nutrition and fluids and stuff. So, if we can get 60 minutes out of Jason like we got tonight, he's worth taking along. Aaron didn't complain about anything after the game. We're taking those 18 that suited tonight, and then Bagley and Ambersley. So I've got some backups in case a couple of the guys can't go when they get out of bed in the morning.
Coach, the last couple of home games, the team has really come out gangbusters 25, 30 minutes into the match. Tonight it seemed like maybe a different approach. I'm not sure. Was that intentional, where maybe it was a little more steady and spread out with the action? Did you feel that way, and was that part of the game plan tonight?
No, we wanted to get after them. They came and played 4-5-1, however, and they made it very difficult. The 2 central midfielders are actually 2 central defenders, and they played 4. They got four defenders in the back, so they had 6 defenders really blocking that gate to goal. I didn't think we did enough from our midfield, from our 4-3-3 system to put them under pressure or to try and break down that stranglehold that they tried to create. So we made the change, went to 3-5-2, push House up, and gave Dosian some support. And I think after 30 minutes, it was we'd had one shot, they'd had four, and it was due to their system and the way they played, and they'd found a way to nullify us. In the last 15 minutes of the first half, we had three great chances which could have won the game. And then we continued that trend. We kept the same system in the second half. You can go in with a game plan, and as you heard Jason say, we fully expected Simmons to play tonight, and he didn't. And, so we'd selected Jason to do a job on him, but he went ahead and did the great job on Newsom. Teams figure you out sometimes. They don't let your system work, and then you have to figure out what will work. And fortunately tonight, the changes, particularly the one with Harris, made a difference. Then we slotted him back in to finish the game from a tactical point of view, slotted him back into a 4-5-1 as the defensive midfield player again. So, it's cat and mouse. You're playing games with their coach all the time, and he's playing games with you. And, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Fortunately tonight it did.
Coach, Virginia Beach, 32 points, still trying to make the playoffs. Did you expect them to come out a little more aggressive or attack-minded with their playoff lives on the line still?
I thought they'd play 4-5-1 because that's the way they've had success against us before, and they probably felt they might be able to nick one if they kept us off the sheet. I thought they'd play 4-5-1 or 3-5-2. As it turned out, it was 4-5-1, and it didn't give them that opportunity to put pressure on us by playing that system. But I think, their coach understood that he couldn't open himself up against us on this wide field, especially the way we've played in the last couple of games. I'm sure he's been keeping tabs on that. And so I think he was just hoping that they'd keep it clean and we'd make a mistake, which we've tended to do lately, and that was his game plan coming in. And that game, if they'd have won it, would have kept them alive. I think it probably does them in now because I don't think they beat Toronto in the next game. I don't think 35 is going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they might get lucky if Seattle loses tonight and loses their next two games. But you're right; they're most likely out of it, Coach. Coach, how important was the bonding this week? Monday golf, Wednesday you got to meet all the fans. I saw you mingling with everyone and getting to meet a lot of these new fans. How'd that go this week?
I was just trying to find out who the ones are that yell at me. That's why I was just kidding.
I found out, believe me.
Just kidding. It's great. It's fantastic. The golf day on Monday, really appreciate Matt Ford and Steve making that happen for us. It took the pressure off. It gave guys another, something else to think about, have fun, and to watch Ray Martinez playing golf can't get any more funnier than that. So, you take that and then take it into the season ticket thing. The safari last Sunday, we met with the safari, had a picnic with them, and it was a great week. There was vibrancy in the training. We did mainly finishing, which they always love to do. So we need to do that, and it helps with the mood of training. And I think they certainly brought that into the game tonight. And Virginia Beach had a big say about how we were playing in the first 30 minutes, but. The overall attitude and positive feeling that we were going to clinch the playoffs mathematically tonight was there right from the word go, and I told them to be patient at half-time and it would come, and, we persevered and got the result we wanted, and a lot of it was to do with the way the week has been in training and with the social events.
All right, man. It's a big part of it. Coach, these guys, if these fans get to really meet all these guys one-on-one off the field, just the funnest group of guys. I've been around this thing for 11 years, this team. These guys are just a great group of guys that just having fun a lot and just good people. So keep up the good work with this team, Coach, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow morning with your pajamas on.
That's about in a minute, about 2 hours or so.
Now, Coach, congrats. You got the team into the playoffs, and now the next step begins. Thanks for your time, and congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Calloway joining us here on the next Tell-Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. Sammy, the answer to the trivia question.
Yes.
How many games have the Rounds won this season when scoring the first goal? 9. 9-0-3 this year in games when they scored the first goal.
So that's it. Tomorrow night we got to score the first goal. That's the key to the game.
The magic.
That's
magic. Your final thoughts before we wrap it up tonight?
Joe, I feel really good about this team. I feel I've said it last month or so, and people think I'm just being a whatever they call me. I really think that this is one of the best teams, man for man, that we've ever had. And it's starting to click, and you can see it. You can see it coming together. Those shots are going to start going in. Those crosses are going to be on the mark. And, baby, I'll see you in the finals here at Paytech Park.
All right, Soccer Sam, thanks for all your wonderful work and your unique predictions. We'll see if they come to reality tonight. The final score from Paytech Park, the Rochester Raging Rhinos 2, the Virginia Beach Mariners nothing. Attendance 8,996. Scoring for the Rhinos tonight, Greg Howes and Johnny Menyonger. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. pregame show here on the Rhinos Broadcast Network, 7:35 kickoff. The Rhinos taking on the Atlanta.
The Rhinos are headed into the stretch run with only 2 regular season home games remaining. It's Kids Day on Friday, September 1st at 7:35 when the Rhinos challenge the Virginia Beach Mariners. Kids tickets just $5 in any section at Paytech Park. Enjoy the post-game fireworks show. The game brought to you by the Democrat and Chronicle. Bring the kids for just $5. Kids must be 12 or under to receive the price. For tickets, go to Paytech Park box office, Ticketmaster.com, or call 232-1900. Soccertown, USA, your team, your turf. The Rhinos are headed into the stretch run with only 2 regular season home games remaining.
Ball knocks it down, look for the kick.
Join us for Kids Day on Friday at 7:35 when the Rhinos challenge the Virginia Beach Mariners. All kids tickets are just $5 in any section at Paytech Park. Enjoy the post-game fireworks show. The first 2,500 kids receive a Rhinos player folder courtesy of the Democrat and Chronicle and Syntax. Then on Saturday, September 9th, the Rhinos will play their final regular season home game when they host the Minnesota Thunder. And the first 5,000 fans receive a team photo card courtesy of Dodge. Bring the kids for just $5 per ticket for this Friday night's game. Kids must be 12 or younger to receive the special price. Offer valid at the Paytech Park box office. Soccertown, USA, your team, your turf.